the question.
Wait,
girl.
We're
a little late today, but it's okay. We all here. So sit back, chill out for a little minute, get y'all stuff in the room. Okay, let the ladies get themselves together. Have a good time. Get your drinks together. Get your weed if you smoke together. Okay, get yourself right for us in a second. Y'all like the video? I know y'all like the video because you did like the video. What you here for? Hey, you supposed to like it. Whether it's on my channel, Bondi channel, Jamie's channel, Niecy, y'all should always like the video. Okay? Look like it's real free. Okay? It's the most inexpensive thing on any menu besides ketchup. So go ahead and get that together. Okay? Give us a second. Ready, ladies?
Yeah, bitch.
It's gonna be a wild night, y'all. So go ahead and get ready. And we're here. Okay, we are all here. I'm here. Niecy's here. Bondi's here. Jamie's here, and we are the Ladies First panel. Okay, we all here. Bondi doing the give it to me.
Oh, happy belated birthday, Jasmine Walker.
I ain't even seen the little comments yet. It was somebody's birthday. Bondi. You know, it's all kind of celebrations tonight.
We're probably going to get one every hour.
Yes, you know, Bondi's feeling really, really good. Okay, she's feeling amazing today. She's had a whole good time.
Broadcast frequently.
Lyric is our 5th member. Okay, we love some Lyric around here. You know, they'll have Bondi. So, Niecy, go ahead and let everybody know where to follow you at and where you can be seen on social media and everything.
Niecy Dixon, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter.
Jamie, that's me. What about you?
Same thing. You guys can find me on IG, Twitter, YouTube at Jamie That's Me, just as you see it on the screen.
And I am Bondi Blue on everything. And please follow me on TikTok, on Instagram, Facebook, and everywhere else you can follow beautiful Black women like myself. Thank you.
Because I know Bondi drunk right now, I'm gonna keep laughing. I just know she's how good she feels. Okay.
She's feeling
so don't
amazing.
Look, you know, she's amazing. She's spreading the love between us and stuff. So today is Thursday. Every Thursday, okay, at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, we are here. Okay, we ain't nowhere else on Thursdays. We be together, whether it's on my channel, Bondi channel, no, Niecy's channel, or Jamie's channel. We always here on Thursday. We need y'all to be sure to be faithful to what we doing, okay? Because y'all love all of us. We give y'all good shows, okay? And we thank y'all for y'all get boobs, okay? Good curly hair. I told you a good white woman.
PGIT, bitch. Okay. PGIT. Thank God it's Thursday.
Right, Friday.
Be sure to be here. Now we got a good little lineup for y'all today. But let's get started with our favorite new game, Marry, Fuck, Kill. Okay, now we not really killing nobody, but you know they be put somewhere where we don't want them no more, and then that's what it is. Okay, so it is of course game time, game time, game time. Okay, we need some music. Like we gotta get Yes, we need some music around here. Okay, so no one knows the picks this week.
Marry, fuck, kill. Marry, fuck, kill.
And she sound real for real. Somebody might die tonight. We don't know who, but it won't be us. So no one knows this week who the picks are.
And Lear about to kill that cool.
Yes, that's up and through.
Y'all heard
We're gonna
me?
make sure the cameras off though. Yes, we're gonna make the cameras off.
She's about to, and Lyric's gonna kill that cool. And
in a circle. In a circle. Throw it in a circle.
Why y'all buck me up like this? That's the problem. Y'all are bucking me up.
Because we feeding off your energy. We feeding off your energy.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
So let's see. I picked a couple different groups of people this week, okay, to pick from. Because I was like, what would I do? I don't know. So we're going to see. Now, even though I picked them, I haven't decided who I'm going to marry for a kill yet. But my first group of distinguished gentlemen, okay, is a plethora of family members who we should pick from. Okay, I have Marlon Wayans, Sean Wayans, or Keenan Ivory Wayans. Out of the three Wayans brothers,
is that what Sean looked like now?
That picture is Sean Wayans.
That's what Sean looked like. That's what he looked like now. That's the most recent picture I can find.
This is incredibly easy.
Gotta be Sean in his prime, bro. You can't be fucking over my dog like that. He was the pretty one at one time.
Larry, you are background. He was, but you are background. You look nice. I would say this.
Which one? You got
I would marry Marlon. Okay. I would fuck Keenan. I will fuck Keenan just off the strength of that scene from Low Down Dirty Shame where he cleans off his bald head and puts all his clothes on before he goes out to kill people in the extra large.
That was a good scene.
It was. So yeah, I would marry Marlon because he's funny and I think he's super duper attractive. And I've met him in real life and he's super cool. I would fuck Keenan just because of the overall physique, and I would kill Sean because I don't think Sean is for me. I don't think Sean is for me.
Okay.
Man, I really don't like that picture of Sean. It looked like, whenever they be doing their movies and they get them the fake aesthetics put on, it looked like somebody put the FX makeup on his forehead.
Why is the forehead so big? Like, was his forehead always that big?
I think the hairline maybe receded a little bit.
Older.
He used to be that one. He used to be that one for me. He used to be, but tonight, I'm gonna say I will marry Keenan because I just love his face. I love his baldness. I probably rub his skin on top of his head.
Not rub it.
So I'll fuck Marlon. I'm gonna kill Sean.
Okay.
Oh, Sean gotta die. Oh, Sean. Oh, Sean.
Stab, stab, stab.
Who you going with, Jamie?
I am going to marry Marlon because I've always had a crush on him since I was a kid when he played in Six Man, I believe it was. With his name, Kadeem, with the guy from Different World.
Dwayne
I always had a crush on Marlon. I would
Kadeem Hardison?
Yeah, Kadeem Hardison. Yeah, him. I would definitely smash Keenan, and I would just have to go ahead and do away with Sean. Unfortunately,
Sean. Well, for me, I would marry Keenan.
Like that though.
It was because people thought he was gay for the longest, and it's like for women, I'm sorry, but like in our experience in the 90s, if you was a gay man, then you wasn't for us and we wasn't for you. So that takes you completely off of our situation. But I don't think that Sean is really gay. I just think they thought he was gay, so they played into that. But later years have made me feel like maybe it was the truth all along. I don't know. Either way, still a very beautiful man, but falling behind his brothers. Because I fucked Damon before I fucked Sean.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Well, see, I would marry Keenan because Keenan gives me distinguished good dick. Like, I feel like we've never heard bad, info on Damon.
Though? My wife and kids?
No,
really?
No, because I found him too funny to fuck him.
Girl, I had my first wet dream about Damon Wayans in the little tunnels at Chuck E. Cheese. First wet dream. Damon and me. Yes, in the tunnels at Chuck E. Cheese. My first wet dream. No lie.
How old were you?
At Chuck E. Cheese having wet dreams.
Yeah. We was in the tunnel. And I don't know how. I might have been like maybe 12 or 13 at the time. But my dream was that
okay, that's not bad.
Damon fucked me in the tunnels at Chuck E. Cheese and baby.
Not that bad.
Oh, I didn't have those thoughts. I mean, if you can be horny at 12, 13, I get that. But I don't know if
Damon. It didn't happen in real life shit. It wasn't like Damon pulled up in real life stuff.
Right.
But I would marry Keenan. I will fuck Marlon and I will kill Sean. But I will kill Sean because I feel as if I don't know Sean. Like I think we kind of know who Marlon is a little bit. Like Sean is very like not shady, but like we don't know that man. Like we know he's a Wayans or whatever. But I don't really know him at all. Like I feel like I know Marlon probably fuck with a socks on. I feel like Keenan fuck with no socks on. I have no idea what Sean do because I don't know that man. So I could. No, I need to know what kind of sock action they do. I'm saying that's what I have to know. So the second set, I felt like, we had a whole section in life where the singers will always go, ooh, yeah. So I said, I could do the ooh, yeah singers that popped in my mind. Which one, can we marry, fuck, kill? Now, see, this may be hard to choose from because I'm like, I don't know. But we have Cisco, KC, and Tyrese. Ooh. Okay, ladies. So Mary fuck kill. Cisco the Dragon, KC, oh yeah, Jodeci man, and then Coca-Cola singing Tyrese. And now this is them back in the day. Right. Not currently.
That's why I don't currently
know. Okay. I'm glad you put that.
Back in their good day when we didn't know about the foolishness.
This is so hard for me. Because I feel like at the end of the day, like Cisco probably had the most money and was the least problematic. So that's why I would want to marry him. Okay. And I feel like I would want to fuck KC because I love all that drunken toxicity. But you sing to me like your dick game is impeccable. Yeah. And I would have wanted to fuck, but I can't let the things that have happened since then deter me. Even in the smile right now, Tyrese makes me want to kill him.
That right there.
So I'm gonna marry Cisco. I'm gonna fuck KC, and I'm gonna kill Tyrese.
Good rationale. Niecy, like I don't know what to do.
I'm still trying to think. Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Like the easiest thing for me to say was that I'm not gonna marry Baby Boy. I'm not gonna marry Tyrese. I probably fuck Tyrese.
Why you running these streets? Running these streets?
Now the married thing is so Tyrese is definitely a smash. Cisco and KC, the married thing is very difficult for me because when I was little, I really, really liked Cisco. I guess I'll marry Cisco. But then
KC gotta die.
I'm about to say y'all, KC is a fucking alcoholic. Nobody should marry him. He's an abusive alcoholic. Yeah, nobody should marry him. He should just be on.
But this is KC before he got hooked. No, KC was good. KC was good on like the Forever My Lady album. That one album,
not to
and
marry.
then after the album, I think
we didn't know. We didn't know.
I know. Right. That's
based on Mary back then.
But it's based on he ain't do that though. Well, no, he did.
He did back then.
Right.
Love and you is all that I have to do, bitch.
But no, that was after the first album. If you want to, you can fuck KC though.
That's
you
why
may not want to marry him.
You fuck him. You fuck KC, but you don't marry him because that's too much. You marry KC and then you end up with the KC we see today on somebody's shoulders with a piece of chicken. Listen, that lives rent free in my mind. Him on that nigga's shoulders with that piece of chicken. That would never leave my mind.
So, Nisa, you gonna marry KC or you gonna kill KC?
What you gonna do?
No, killing him.
Okay. That makes sense.
Damn.
Jamie, what's your picks?
I would see, this was really, really hard. I was trying to really decide. I think I would probably marry Cisco. I haven't heard anything bad about Cisco as far as him cheating and stuff like that and being abusive. But Tyrese is a whore, so it's like I will only smash him. And then for KC, I'm not gonna be able to deal with any level of abuse at all. So he will have to go ahead and die for me.
You got that. Now, see, for me, I would
marry Casey.
No,
married
up. I've dated a Casey.
I know you get a relationship.
My Casey was an older person. You know, I would marry Cisco. I would fuck Casey once, and I would kill Tyrese. But I will fuck that one because you can fuck Casey, he won't beat you because you fucking leave. You can't fuck him and stay. You can't do that. You gonna beat you. You gotta fuck him and leave. I will fuck him and leave, and then that'll be that. So those are my picks.
I ain't gonna lie.
Hey boo.
The way
Hey best friend. Okay.
Hey best friend.
Where is my next set? Okay, this is the female set, and I felt like, you know, in the 90s, we loved certain people that gave us a little aura about themselves. And if I could, you know what I'm saying, get with them and do things and whatnot, who would I pick and what would I do? This is the 90s version, okay?
I'm excited.
So we have Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, and the Brat. And Lil' Kim original face. Okay, Foxy Brown with a good chocolate skin and the deep raspy voice with the long nails and the shiny outfits, and then Brat when she was a little butchy but also real feminine. She was in the middle of them both, and we still wanted her, and she would show a blood bit of boob but had baggy pants. So it's that era. Lil' Kim, Foxy, and the Brat.
This kills me because I feel like as an adult I feel differently, but as a kid I definitely would have married Brat. Because I always had a crush on Brat. So I'd have married Brat. I would have fucked Lil' Kim because she was a freak and I thought she was beautiful. And I would have killed Foxy because Foxy just seemed so mean to me back then. Like, was it only me that felt like Foxy was just like such a bitch? And Kim used to come with the baby voice and was all nice on the interviews. And Foxy was just like, ugh, But Brat gave me real gay vibes. So that's why I say I would have married her because the gay bitch in me would have wanted to be with her forever. Like, stab, 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 you ain't going nowhere. So.
See, Bonnie, I'm going to have to agree with you. I was thinking along those terms. The Brat is married because she can switch up and have both sides and be looking, fire. So I have to go with that. And then Lil' Kim, of course, is the freak that everybody loves Lil' Kim when it comes to like the freak nasty stuff. So why would you pass the opportunity up?
And you wait.
Y'all
What
just
happened?
Foxy. Y'all just stop.
Foxy.
Oh, she gotta die.
Yeah.
So what's your pick, Jamie?
Embarrassing. I think I would marry Kim because back in the day she was definitely that BIT. So I would marry Kim, and the Brat, I like the fact that she was rough around the edges, so I would smash her. But Foxy, it's just a no.
Like, look at the way Brat looking at us right now. Like, bitch, don't look at me like that.
Y'all don't know. Look, when I find photos, I be on page 5 of photos. Like, I need the best one that look like, and it's hard to find good photos from the 90s because again, they ain't take good photos back then. I need the best one.
Just being so confused by the Brat when I was younger, because I'd be like, "What's going on?" But I was always like, "Oh my gosh, she's so pretty."
Mm-hmm.
It's because she played both well. Like one mama she'll be like, feminine.
We were very clear.
She'll be like,
we
baggy.
were very clear until a whole lot of Tyrese happened. Okay, Tyrese all night long. That was when we went.
She dressed different.
But she was so aggressive, even in that video, that I always felt like, nah, that bitch gay. She's just trying to like feminine this shit up for the masses. But bitch, it's the early 2000s, so you got to be a little sexy. But she was still in a video, like, what I'm saying? She was still on some nigga shit. So for me, I feel like, it's always going to be Mary Brat. And it's so funny because I laugh now seeing her and Big Booty Judy like kind of wobble into rooms together. And it's like, no, not a vibe. I need my lesbian bitch to be in shape in her 40s. But you know, press on, sis. Press on.
Now, see, for me, I would marry Foxy because I feel like she's so unproblematic. Like, we haven't heard much BS from her. Well, back then.
I'm sorry,
she looks gorgeous.
I want to laugh so much because she said we don't hear much. And ain't the bitch deaf? Never mind.
That was me. Okay, I'm sorry doing that. But yeah, I would marry Foxy because back then I think she was so gorgeous. I would bang Brat because I feel as if Brat would give the best, like, strap-on / trimming that go, because I feel like she could do them both. So Brat would be, you know what I'm saying? Brat would be the bang. I would kill Kim because I mean, later on her face wouldn't be the same. So I feel as if you know
you said her original face.
No, but if I married her like later on the line, she would look different. So she wouldn't be who she was. She would change. So I could because I know she gonna look different. Like, I know she's going to go from this Kim to Cafe's Kim. I don't want Cafe's Kim. So I ain't going to do that to myself. I want to have the same person. Because Foxy and Brad both look like they've grown up, but they still look the same. Right. Kim is a whole different person now. And I don't want that in my life.
This is true.
I can't do that. So my last set of people, I felt like Love and Hip Hop. You know, we love Hip Hop. We waiting on bated breath for it to come back. So if I could pick 3 dudes from Love and Hip Hop, and I'm like, you know what? What will we do? And my 3 picks was Stevie J, Lil Scrappy, and then Scrap De Leon. I love saying Scrap De Leon there.
I love
Scrap De Leon. So these are my 3.
Shit ever. This
Very fuck here.
You already know how I feel. Y'all know. You know how I feel. I'm marrying motherfucking Daryl. Okay? I'm marrying Daryl. No disrespect to the BAM, but bitch, I'm stealing your old man. And Stevie J, I'm fucking him because I've seen those dick pics, and something about Stevie makes me feel like that is something you need to experience once in your life. And Scrap De Leon, I don't really care that much. I kill you. Stab, stab, stab.
I haven't seen the pain pic, so I
really.
You need to go Google that right motherfucking now.
So I'm a DM Stevie J for me was definitely a kill, but now I feel like I gotta see them pics.
Yeah, you have to. It's mind changing. I'll say that.
Shut up! Are you serious? We talking about Trey Songz or no?
I mean, he Trey Songz daddy. You know what I'm saying? If Trey Songz is a junior, Stevie J is definitely Trey Songz daddy. You know, because look, Stevie J. Look, Stevie J and Stevie J and Eve leaked sex tape back when they were a couple, and there's a video of Eve servicing Stevie J, and even the dick back then in the 90s. I was like, oh, they don't make them like that no more. It's a niceness to it.
Sorry.
You know, it's not Stevie is an asshole, but I mean, he Trey Songz daddy when it comes to the peen of it all. Okay, the peen of it all.
I'm sending y'all the right shit, just so y'all know. I sent y'all a video in my fucking thing that I didn't send y'all, but don't look at it. Don't worry about it. It's not nothing like that. It's not nothing like that. It's just a video from my blog. But anyway, Stevie J.
Oh my God, what is it?
Stevie J. It's nothing like that. It's us at dinner. But the second one is Stevie J. Look at that one.
Yeah, who's that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie.
So Nisi, you want to go again for your picks?
I love my husband.
Stevie J again for
what's your
period?
Okay.
Period.
When I see that picture, everything on me just went.
Like, oops.
I see why Mimi, motherfucking Jocelyn. I see why them hoes was throwing blows, goddamn.
Because they go down.
He can get at any moment. Yeah.
So post the picture before the picture Bonnie just sent me. I was going to say Mary Scrappy, fuck De Leon, and kill Stevie. But now that I see the light, I'm gonna go Mary Scrappy, fuck Stevie, and kill De Leon. Because I mean, you only gotta fuck Stevie. It's not like you have to marry the man.
Yeah.
So why would you not?
You gotta have a piece of it, Jamie.
I agree. This is a really. I guess I would have to marry Scrap, because Scrap has shown himself to be a family man. He's popping out these babies and stuff, so he's showing himself to be a family man. Stevie has always been a family man, but he lacked the commitment. So he can only get smashed, and Scrap is still trying to find himself, so we just gonna see him on his way
to the Lord. See, I will for sure fuck Stevie. Everyone will fuck Stevie. Because Stevie is also old school dick. Like, Stevie was out here making beats for Biggie. And the men who gave dick in the 90s is completely different than men who gave dick in, like, was it 2020? It's just different. So he has a whole different set of skills. So I think everyone is going to pick to bang Stevie, including me. Now, the reason I wouldn't marry Scrappy, it's because sometimes his voice aggravates me, but also turns me on, and I don't want to be mad at him. But I just like saying Scrap Bellion's name. I like how his name flows out of my mouth, no pun intended. But I just feel like
that shit turn me on. Yeah,
I would marry Scrap because I would want to say his name all the time. But I would kill Lil Scrappy. I would have to kill Lil Scrappy because I think Bonnie.
Scrap Bellion would have to grow his hair back for me.
I like him with the kids. That's yeah. So those are my choices.
I don't want him to look like a vampire in Brooklyn. So for me, I think the way he is right now is like, because that nigga look like Maximilian. You can't hide from your hunger.
Yeah, because he got a hair and hair and no beard. He can't have the long hair and no beard. The long hair and no beard I don't like, but I would love the long hair with the beard.
I like that. I like the ethnicity of it all. I'm gonna say that, but still, like, he also feels like community dick as well, and like maybe kind of sort of community. Yeah, like it may be good, it may not be good, it may be average. You know what I'm saying? But with Stevie J, the longevity of the hold'em makes me feel like, you know, the dick has been impeccable throughout the ages. And Scrappy, like, you know, tap dances on the bitch's heartstrings with the Daryl-ness of it all and the Mama D-ness of it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just things
drive me crazy.
Yeah. I would probably, like, for instance, if I was Bambi, I would probably be way more ignorant. Bambi is an exemplary woman to me because I swear to God, I would probably be so ignorant about Scrappy. I curse people out on social media every other day. People would be so tired of me. I'd be like Tammy Rivera. They'd be so fucking tired of me saying shit. And I'd be like, nigga, just don't get on social media. Because if somebody else say something, stab, stab, stab.
Thank you, Snowflake Trace, for liking our content. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It is a group effort round here, okay? We are entertaining. Look, we do shit around here, okay? So I'm stop cussing one day. So that was our Marry Fuck Kill. We're gonna give a little bit of a gossip chat, little bit of our gossip chat for the day. Even though, you know, a lot of stuff has happened, we're gonna focus on a couple of things that probably got on all our nerves this week. And first up, we have Latoya Ali and her husband. I think he's her husband, Adam, who I believe is going through a divorce. They're not divorced yet. And on social media, I don't know why either of them just out the blue was going back and forth with each other, but her video on her YouTube, his interview with Tasha K on YouTube as well. He then went on IG and called her out for accusing him of abuse allegations, taking it allegations. He also brought up how she only makes $1,000 per episode on Housewives of Atlanta. And there was a whole mess between the two. I will say, for me, watching her two videos, his video and his IG, something about how she talked in her stuff seemed very, very, you know, production notes. Let me be sure that I have my answers. So I need you to ask me these questions. It's like, if I want to say 5, I need you to say, ask me, what's 2 + 3? And that's how it came about. Nothing about it seems natural or organic. It was like, okay, this is what I want to expose about him that I think is the truth. Even though I'm making shit up as I go, Because I think too, when you are telling your like a little story time or whatever, it's recollection. You're not thinking about shit. You just saying it as you remember it because it's your memory. And for me, she kept having to pause and think and remember and correct. I mean, and I'm like, I think you're lying. Not that he maybe was not an asshole here and there. Not that they were not fully in love, but how she tried to make it seem as if he used her, you know, kind of put himself to her business, tricked her into having 3 kids. I'm like, no, this is your cooch. Either make him wear a condom or take pills or whatever your firm a birth control is. But something about it was very much so, let me blame him, even though we've seen you be a mess on TV, and it seemed like he did keep you under control to have a good image until he left or you left and y'all separated, and now you're this whole crazy person. So what do y'all think?
You have to decide. I watch her 2 videos in full. I watched part of her video. I watched like the short rundown that the Shade Room had posted. And I'm confused as well where all this came from. But once I started looking into LaToya's page, I think it's a pretty good consensus that a lot of people feel like she's just a clout chaser. The way that the questions were asked, like you said, she was acting like she was shocked by the questions that she had her assistant ask her in the video. So that was like a red flag for me. And then even the way she told the story, the way that they first met, she says that it was related to business. So I think that both of them are telling some truth. And I also heard that LaToya lost a lot of her friends all around the same time as it's falling out. So it's definitely what they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. I think this is one of them situations.
I would agree. She didn't seem as authentic when she was talking, like, at all. Go ahead, Bondi.
Why is Bondi holding a massager?
I'm sorry, y'all. My shins are bothering me. Listen, I'ma just say this. I feel the same way Niecy feels. This shit was definitely orchestrated for her. Like, it definitely feels like you wrote those questions yourself. So I don't know why you're acting surprised by them. Some things that she put out there, like the stuff about her daughter and him not wanting to have the daughter and wanting to abort the child. This shit was malicious to me in the way of trying to make him look bad, when I feel like, it's frustrated as he is with her, he still has boundaries to what he's willing to do to her on social media or say about her on social media. However, I feel like she kind of, tells on herself. She's an asshole. She's an asshole. And I do feel like he's somebody that got into the relationship for the same reasons that she got into the relationship. It was beneficial for both of them. It's unfortunate that at this point in social media, people feel the need to get in marriages, relationships, and have children because it's a good business idea. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell that that's why they both entered the relationship. They're both beautiful. They're both, on social media and have YouTube pages. They have their kids together. Like, it is definitely obvious that this is something they felt would work, in tandem with what they already had going on. But it's run its course. And that's why you should never create things substantial like families based off of, social media and clout and bullshit like that. Don't create kids with somebody based off of something like that. That's so ridiculous to me. You have kids with somebody because you love them, because you think they would be a good parent, not because you think it would make you a lot of money on YouTube. And trust me, y'all, I make a nice little penny on YouTube. So there's not much I won't put on this bitch at this point. Right. But at the same time, I am protective of what is real in my life, because at the end of the day, this can go away at any moment, and I will have to then pick up a camera or whatever to then make money in another way that is in real life and not on social media. So people should never make decisions like what they did for a YouTube page. So I just kind of feel like they're both messy. They're both messy. They're both in some ways telling the truth, but both full of shit all at the same time. Yep. And I'm just kind of looking at it like, okay, so what is this going to do for y'all in the long run? Because she not coming back to the show. That's what they said, but she possibly might still come back to the show. For him,
right, that's what I think this whole situation was. I feel like she was probably trying to get clout and come up with something to try and get back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I also feel like as far as them going back and forth, her video just didn't seem 100% genuine and authentic to me. When he went live and the emotion that he was giving off kind of made me believe him more. I think with the whole physical assault thing that she mentioned, I can't say he did admit to like pulling her off the bed or whatever. So some could deem that as, you know, some type of assault. But when it comes to the REPE that she mentioned, like, I don't know. I feel like y'all both acted very irresponsible in your marriage. You've done things to him. He's done things to you. And yet both of y'all stayed in a marriage. Y'all talk about how y'all care about y'all kids, but nobody's caring about the children now. I feel like both of them are on a level of kind of like clout chasing, because I feel like they know the benefit of what this gets them for going viral. They're YouTubers. They know this. They were a YouTube couple at one point. So it's just a messy situation. I do think that everything is 50-50. Both of y'all ignorant, and both of y'all got a little bit of truth in what y'all saying. And that's that.
One thing I wanted to call out is I started creeping on her channel, and now she has a channel with a new boyfriend. And every single video is for clout. Like, LaToya my son. Is LaToya now kiss me? Yep. Now that. And the channel is only 1 month old. So the fact that you decided to post this announcement on the channel that you and your new boyfriend share, clout.
And then even when she brought up how he know my weakness is drinking and he got me drunk and I woke up 2 days later, it was how she explained it to me that made it seem as if, one, you're accusing him of taking it. Two, you are not acknowledging your issue of drinking, because no one can force you to drink so much that you're drunk for 2 days and you don't know if you had sex with your husband. And I feel as if you felt, even when she brought up how, you know, with the second kid, he didn't want the baby. I'm like, why would you say that out loud now that the kid is here? The kid is here, born, walking around. Like, who says that? I feel like she would
express that publicly.
Ever. Because I think as husband and wife, you have conversations on what you want to do. Because, you know, y'all, you know, you may not want to have a kid. But to make it seem as if him saying, you've been drinking for 2 months straight, you pregnant, how do we not know that all your drinking has not hurt this baby? So I don't think it's smart for you to have it. And he's not talking about the kid who was now born. He was talking about a baby who he had no inkling of who the child would be. He was speaking on a point because you drink too damn much. And I think about on the show when she said how I don't drink too much, y'all drink, and I catch up with y'all. But on your video, you saying he know I drink too much. I've always been like a party girl. That's why I felt like she was trying to blame.
That's something that's always been going on, and you trying to make it seem like it's about the show, but really no, bitch, it's about you. It's the issue that you have while coming on the show, just like Martell and his cheating issue while coming on the show. It's only going to like blow it up, and it doesn't matter how you try to like conceal it or what issues you try to put in front of it. It is what it is. Yeah, she's a hot ass mess, and I'm wondering if she's gonna come back to the show, because I honestly feel like she's kind of good for the show. As much as I don't like her, they need something else than what they have going on, because Funky Dineva said something in a video today that I watched that made so much sense to me. He was like, can you ruin the franchise for me in a way? And I was like, I never thought about it like that, but like she did kind of take it to a level where it almost seems like they can't all be together anymore. It has to be like one side against the other. Whereas even with Nene, sometimes everybody would be able to like join together and still have a good time. Kenya would always be the antagonist, but the group would still be able to exist together. Whereas now it's almost like she forces them to kind of take a side, or like even with Candy. Why are you trying to make Candy say something about what happened with Portia?
Right.
It harms her brand, that if you come and do nasty shit around her, it shouldn't come out. You know what I'm saying?
Because she had dungeon party, so it don't make sense. And I think if I see you not saying shit, I'm not gonna keep asking you to say something, because I see you staying out of it. And I think Kenya trying to pull Candy into it is like the same way she's kind of, I think Kenya has pulled Marlo into it, and Marlo was like staying in it, and she's trying to pull Candy in the can. Like, girl, I ain't doing that. Because I do think
Just a little check right quick. Is the audio okay, you guys? I want to make sure.
Yes.
I just hear a small hum, but I don't know why I hear a small hum.
It's probably my air conditioning.
Oh, well, girl, we don't care.
Oh, okay. I just trying to make sure that y'all weren't hearing the the like not the vibrator, bitch, the massager, y'all, because somebody actually thought that I was gonna use this as like a vibrator, and I'm like, no, bitch, I have a real vibrator. Like, what's wrong with you?
That's
like,
not a vibrator to use on a cruise. That's a whole different thing.
They were like a massager. I'm like, no, bitch. If I wanted to do those things, I have something for that, and I've showcased that before. So let's not do that.
Maybe some haters. But I don't want Toya back next season. I think she can go away. I don't mind Kenya coming back. But I feel like Kenya paired with Toya, paired with Marlo is bad news. I feel as if they are going to cause more mess than fun. I don't mind a little bit of mess. I think that's fun. A little bit of mess, I don't mind. But I mean, this full season was ruined.
If she can pull it back a little bit. Because
Kenya or Toya?
Like, Toya. Because Toya is not the worst. And honestly, I kind of feel like a lot of the OGs need to go at this point. I hate to say it because I love them. And I don't want them to not have gigs. I don't even want to not see them. But I feel like they need to play the background and they need to bring in other girls who can hold the storyline. And I think they were attempting to do that this season, but they didn't fully let it happen because Drew is the only person that ends up getting a peach. Everybody else is still standing on the sidelines, and we're wondering what Fallon can possibly give. No, bitch, it should have been given this season. So I just kind of feel like I don't know what's happening with Real Housewives, but if they don't do something drastic, it's going to die.
I think it's dying now. I think the fact that this whole story this season was about an event that happened months ago, like when Portia said, why is this a conversation now? And that happened so long ago. I'm like, I agree. Like, if Kenya would have brought it up that day and then after, maybe a week after, fine. But when it's months later, I'm like, the season needs to end. And the fact that even LaToya at the dinner scene wasn't really involved, like she didn't even say much at all. I feel as if she knows she's done too much and she might want to back it on up. And that could also be the reason why she's going on social media with talk about her ex, because that's a whole topic for next season. So I think she feels as if I tone it down into the season, had a good reunion, and I have a bit of drama going on in my real life, Bravo will bring me back. I still believe that she's making $1,000 an episode too, only because she may be big on YouTube to her people, but I feel as if no one actually knows her outside of her following on YouTube, and to bring her on Housewives would not be a big draw. She's a newbie. She's a friend of. So I do think 1,000 per episode kind of makes sense because usually first seasons, no one gets paid that much. I remember when they talked about Love and Hip Hop, how the cast was getting like $500 per episode. And that's when that was a new show. So I can imagine bringing a YouTuber on to test for the show, an episode, $1,000 and that's it. And I think she would do it because it's still exposure. But I do feel as if she came in too hot. Because of Kenya, because girl put it on there, and I think she may not be knowing, okay, I did too much. Let me calm down. Let me try to get my own storyline with my ex-husband or husband, my new boyfriend or whatever. That stuff to bring into the show next season. But I still think I want it back. I still don't want it back.
Yeah, I'm with you all the way.
And I agree with that because Toya hasn't really been.
Yeah, I was already done. I was saying I just can't take Toya and Kenya together. For me, it's either or. And at this point, I'm good on Kenya being the villain. We've seen her be the villain, so just bring a new one in.
Yeah, I agree with Toya trying to do this whole thing for clout because she hasn't really been in a lot of mess during the season, aside from whatever tweaks she got going on with Drew here, there, or maybe Fallon. So for this big thing to happen after the reunion has been filmed, it definitely got me questioned because she knows they're probably in a phase of whether they're trying to decide who they're going to send a contract to versus who they're not going to send a contract to. And in case they're trying to figure that out, I feel like she's bringing this whole storyline to the surface of, see, I qualify to be on the show next season. So
see, I'm interested too. It's like interesting. She better not swear. Now y'all need to like the video. Go ahead, Jamie. You can talk while they like the video.
Okay, I was just saying that I'm open for all new people. Like they can start ushering out the old cast and just keep Portia, and some of the new ladies, and just bring in some new people. Like I think that's the only thing that's going to make it really exciting for us, with it being the same franchise, but we getting to see new people and possibly a whole new production team take over. So I think that may be something they may want to consider. I don't know if they're trying to hold out to the 15th season IDK, but we're okay with you guys making the switch.
It makes this shit sound so tired. So tired.
This is 13 seasons in. And the fact that it's 13 seasons in and Candy is the longest running person so far, I do feel like we need new blood in some way. Like, they don't have to leave, like y'all said, but like just something. Or just cancel the damn show. It's enough shows. I feel like anyone who's been on for so long, you should have your next thing lined up anyway. If your only gig is Housewives, you fumbled the bag, because I would never want to be on a show for that long and don't think like they're going to eventually either cancel the show or put me off. Let me get my next thing lined up. I think that was Nene's big problem. She didn't have a backup plan besides the show. I'm like, Candy smart. She got restaurants, and with the restaurants, the little sex toy line or whatever, she has other stuff to do. But I don't feel, Portia got her stuff too. But I feel as if Kenya, Sawyer, and Cynthia doesn't have as much to fall back on, because we don't really hear much about, chemo hair care. So I feel as if what else you have besides that to sustain you if you off this show? Because guest star here and there won't keep up that house or your private jacks. That won't happen.
Child, especially when your guest appearances are you being there for 5 minutes and throwing shade at Nene, who isn't even on the show.
Did y'all see it?
Yeah, I sent it to y'all.
Oh, I didn't see
that. Like that. But I felt like, she don't play Kenya Moore on the show, do she? I felt as if she played somebody else.
She has to be playing Kenya Moore on the show.
I think I didn't see the episode, but I think
she's not Kenya Moore. She's not Kenya Moore on Saints and Sinners, but she's Kenya Moore on the Family Reunion show.
I don't know why I thought that she played someone else besides Kenya Moore, but it was someone like Kenya Moore. That's why I was confused.
You watch Saints and Sinners. That's why.
I know. No, I watched Family Hustle. Family Hustle, good wrong show. I watched Family Reunion too, and I thought when she came, it's been a long time. I'm gonna watch this show though, but I felt as if, why drag Nene in it? I felt bad, not bad, but I felt as if, why did the producers or the writers even do, like, what's the point of y'all?
Because all she's known for is being the antagonist on Real Housewives of Atlanta at this point. That is all she is really known for at this point, besides being Miss USA, which is no longer a claim to fame. All she has is being the bad guy on this show, which is why when she shows up being herself as a cameo, all she can really do to garner a little laugh is to throw shade at Nene. And then even on Saints and Sinners, it's still the same type of annoying ass personality that Kenya has. Like, oh my God, everything is so nice on the surface, but I'm slightly thirsty and I really want the dick and need it. But it's whatever. I'm still better than you, bitch. Like it's
okay, ask Kenya.
See, and that's why I was
wanted more from her.
You said you wanted more.
I
wanted more for Kenya.
Yeah.
We all want her to like make it. She just don't want. I feel like Kenya doesn't want to do anything besides be Kenya Moore. And when you become a character of yourself, that's your fault. And I think Kenya Moore is now a character. She's no longer, Kenya Moore, the pageant queen, whatever she wants. I don't see that in her anymore. She's Kenya Moore from Housewives of Atlanta, and she's the I want to read somebody but can't really read. Like, it's that. And I'm like, you can be more than that if you just wanted to. But she don't want to.
Yeah, I just hate that her little cameo had to be about her adjacency to Nene. Like, that's how you know who she is, because she said Nene, and you know who she is because Nene is Housewives of Atlanta. So it's like, if you would be on there just to be about yourself, you wouldn't even have to say nothing about Nene.
Okay.
So we're gonna move on from Kenya Moore. We can move from Toya to Kenya, but on to these fools here. So Martell hopes.
That shirt's so tight.
I was like, why is he looking like he is a teenage mutant turtle?
I can see every muscle in his arm.
D'Angelo, he's one of them damn turtles. And I'm like, Steve, why did you not, have a production meeting first? But Martell wrote in to the Strawberry Letter advice column that Steve does on his show. They kept saying how they had not done it in years, but they did for him because Martell wrote in asking for advice, dating advice, moving on in life advice because of his divorce from Mel and all of this. Now, I listened to it on the podcast. I then watched the video. The video to me was hilarious, and it was more entertaining than the audio because to see Martell's face, to see Steve's face as he got bit by bit info to realize, he didn't just shit on his wife. He cheated for years. He had a baby. He did all these things. I like seeing him realize, I can't really be easy on him because it's not as easy as he's making it seem like it is. And I do wish, again, Steve had done some research or at least had his wife or daughters let him know, Daddy, this is what happened on the show. Like, cause there's more to it than anything else. But I don't like how Martell tried to make it seem as if, well, at the end of my marriage and after we decided to have a divorce, I then got her pregnant, or how he did not even mention, as he's explaining what happened, that he cheated for 5 years and got the same mistress pregnant while still being with his wife. That is what made me mad. I am happy that the ladies on the show made sure to mention that's what he did, and also how rude he was. And like little by little, as more came out, and when Steve asked, well, how old is the baby? And the fact that Martell would not say, the baby's 4 months, whatever age it is, the fact he kept on saying, it's a newborn. I'm like, bitch, no, a newborn is 2-3 days, a month tops. That baby about 5 years old. Okay, that baby's an adult. That baby can work if he wants, or I think it's a boy, if he wants to. I don't like how he then said, everyone wants to know when the baby was born, but no one knows. I'm like, why is it a secret? It does. That's dumb. And for Steve to then say, okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. And then he went to ask about the other kids, and we kind of realized, okay, she found out 5 years ago. You got a 5-year-old your wife, a 1-year-old your wife, and a newborn. I think Steve realized, the whole 5 years he been doing both, because again, that's how the math add up to. Even though Martell eventually apologized, I still feel as if this broad ass I'm sorry on a radio show is nothing. No, apologize on social media and on the show. That's where you did all your dirt on your lonesome every week, every day of the last, let's say, 4-5 months of the show being on. You consistently embarrassed her, call her a liar, call her a hoe, and then kept up with your peasant who you still don't claim with that much anyway. I feel as if your apology means nothing on this show. Because truth be told, I don't watch these shows. So had I not been a blogger, I didn't know he was on here. So no, you need to go on Saturday nights. The next season, every episode needs to be an apology of some sort. He made me mad, acting as if, I just need to move on. No, bitch, you fucked it all up.
What I did like was that Steve Harvey, whenever Steve was asking him about the age of the child, and he kept saying newborn, Steve was like, Martell, we can't change the past. Like, you are going to have to sit with what you did, but what you can do is come on this show and try to explain yourself. And I feel like that's what we see in every conversation with Martell. You try to start these conversations with people in order to validate all the bullshit you've been doing. And whenever people try to get you to get to the real, you don't want to get to it. So it's like, you can't do anything to make yourself look better. So even though Steve wasn't asking all the hard questions and didn't really know the backstory, he sent all the bullshit and was like, hey, we can't help you change anything, Martell.
I mean, when he mentioned how many commercial breaks they had went through with no clarity, it made it very clear that it didn't really matter what Martell was talking about. It was on some bullshit. I feel like his attempt to apologize was just his attempt to try to clean up what he's messed up, because now it's hard for him to, have his business dealings. It's hard for him to do business now that he's done this on camera. But the truth of the matter is, no matter how much he tries to blame Mel, he did this to himself when he talked bad about Marceau, when he talked bad about Chris, when he tried to bring up everybody else's bullshit so we would not be looking at his, he made it worse for himself. And that had nothing to do with Mel. So I just kind of feel like there's still a lack of understanding on his part, which is so exhausting. Like, what is it going to take? Is somebody going to have to knock you upside the fucking head for your brain to start working right, for you to see that you can't get up here and make your wife seem like the bad guy for your mistakes? Because to be clear, people cheat. Like Steve was saying, it's not like niggas don't know that this goes on. No, people cheat like all the time. But the point of the matter is that not only did you cheat on the lady, but then you got on television and called her a hoe and let your little dolphin teeth side chick rub the shit in her face. Then you got the bitch pregnant. Then you kept telling her how she wasn't satisfying you and the dolphin teeth bitch was. Like, you was doing a lot to make her feel the pain of what you had already done. So I think for everybody, it was like the torture of it that kind of made us feel like this nigga is ill. And more so than any other cheatation, because we've seen Stevie J cheat, we've seen Scrappy cheat, we've seen Kirk cheat, we've seen so many people cheat, and child, we couldn't stand Kirk. But I don't think we have disliked anybody to the extent that we dislike Martell. And it's because of the way he tried to bring Mel down to his level in order to make what he did seem like it wasn't that bad. And it just was.
I agree with all of the ladies. They pretty much said everything. I'm just going to mention like two things. One, I was shocked to see Martell open up the call with accepting his fault in the marriage and what he could have done better. I was shocked to hear that. Like, okay, Martell, he trying to, grow up. Somebody been talking to him. He working on taking on responsibility for his actions. But at the end, when he gave the apology or whatever, I just didn't feel like that was sincere at all. So, I mean, who knows what the hell with Martell. He say one thing, he do another. He say one thing, he show us something completely different. So, TBD.
He on some bullshit. Okay, I'd eat my little grapes. But I do feel like next season will be good. I do think they're gonna both come back. At first, I was worried that they may try to not follow them both. I do want to see how they navigate being divorced, the kids, and I guess the show. Because I even though he's a piece of shit, I don't want him off the show. Lord Jesus, I don't want him off the show. I still want to see what he got going on. So I can't wait for next season. This is a scuba shirt. Okay? This is a set of scuba shirt.
Listen to me. It's too many lights in this motherfucker for where I'm at right now. So in order to keep, shit copacetic, this is where I'm at with it. Understand. And yes, once again, Martell's shirt was way too tight, but I do understand the thirst, and I would like to see those penis pictures.
It's probably a nice penis. He looked like he has a nice penis. I don't say that. Now, I wanted to do two little small topics that popped up just today. One I saw on, IG. On IG. What's her name? Miss Jackson, Nellie's girlfriend, put up a post, and she said that she never puts any condiments in the refrigerator. So ketchup, mustard, anything to go on hot dogs, French fries, and food and whatnot. She does not put any of it in the refrigerator. Now, I don't like a lot of condiments. I only like ketchup and maybe, but I'll just ketchup because I don't do the stuff. I never put my ketchup in the fridge. It's always out on the cabinet, on the counter. I don't like that. I don't like cold stuff on hot food. I think it's nasty. But do y'all think it's weird to think about it? See, think about it. But do y'all put y'all kind
of? You said Nelly, so it was getting hot in here.
And you see, she followed it. She probably looked at the note of it. Okay, and ran with it. But what do y'all think about the condiments of it all?
I almost spilled tea on my nice sweater, and I didn't want to do that, so I took it off.
We got time for that. Ain't no tea on the sweaters.
That's a cleaner's bill. Go ahead.
See, I don't put mine in there because I don't like
it in the fridge.
No,
cold. I don't know why though.
I like my ketchup.
We've been doing that since I was a kid.
Me too. Like I like to put it in the refrigerator, but Lyric will leave it out. Like he don't really care whether it's room temperature or cold. But me personally, I love cold ketchup on hot fries.
I don't.
I
like when my stuff separates. I feel like that's what it does when it's like not in the refrigerator for some reason. It's somewhat bad. Like it just looks like it's watery or something, and I don't be liking that.
You gotta shake it up.
Yeah, you gotta shake it up anyway, because you know, when you pull mustard out the fridge, if you flip it upside down, the juice always
comes out. The juice fall off. You gotta shake it up.
True.
I don't want the coldness to it. I don't want the coldness on it.
For sure.
I do keep my mustard in the fridge though.
I also mix my mayo with ketchup. I mix my mayo with ketchup. That's what I do. I know black people be acting like they don't like mayonnaise, but I'm not one of them black people. I make mayonnaise with ketchup for fries, especially waffle fries. And I do love mayo on any type of sandwich for the most part. Like I don't want a sandwich without mayonnaise on it. I don't want it as a side, but I need you to put a nice, like a thin layer of mayonnaise on the sandwich.
I don't look. I don't like white stuff. It's just weird to me. It's a real thing.
You don't like white stuff?
No.
Word.
So like ranch or like
word.
on my food. Okay, I don't like that stuff. But I feel like what y'all put, syrup in the fridge. They have cold syrup on hot pancakes.
Syrup in the fridge. In the fridge. I do not put syrup in the fridge.
No, I don't.
Jamie, you put syrup in the refrigerator because she hadn't. I feel like she put.
You know why? Because Jamie feel like it preserves it, right?
Yes, like if it's not, when I say this, if it's not open, I leave it in the cabinet, right?
Right,
but
once
once I open it, it's like
you put it in the refrigerator.
No,
I understand the logic of that, but I don't do that with syrup. But I do understand the logic of it
because you want it to be a little loose.
Yes,
although you're gonna heat it up, but
then I put it in the microwave, and I
heat and I don't always heat mine up, so that's why I keep mine in the pantry. So if I want to heat it up, I heat it up regardless. But if I have it, I have to heat it up all the time, and I'd rather just have it be loose, something real quick.
Somebody said I love mayo. Fuck Miracle Whip. I'm like, what Miracle do to you? Okay, what they do to you? Oh, okay. What's going on here?
Somebody said I bet Jamie put her bread in her fridge, and
who put peanut butter in the refrigerator?
You put your bread in the refrigerator?
I actually put that in the cabinet.
Yeah, it lasts longer.
I don't know. I feel like would it make the bread harder?
No. Just let it get to room temperature before you use it.
Okay. No, I'm gonna tell you. We put out like
your bread.
We'll buy 2 at a time. We'll put one in the freezer, and we'll have one like on the just out. We have the bread out, but we'll definitely put it in the freezer until we're ready to eat with it, and then we sit it out. But we don't have it in the refrigerator. But
wouldn't it be soggy?
The same thing. Yeah, I put it in the fridge. It lasts longer. It doesn't.
It doesn't get soggy.
It lasts way longer.
But see, I thought you were supposed to leave bread out because of bread boxes and shit. I
don't eat bread often enough to even do that. So I'll be like, I don't like bread often.
Whole Foods got this white bread, bitch, that's so good. Let me tell you, Lyric made this peanut butter with nuts and cinnamon and shit, and it is the best shit in the morning because I'm not a heavy eater in the mornings. So that little peanut butter with nuts and cinnamon on top is life. Just saying. In case anybody wants to try it.
My mom come to my house and she always hates that I have my ketchup out, so she moves it, and I'm like, Mom, why you gotta move my stuff? Because I'll leave my ketchup out because I'm like, I don't want it in the fridge. I be like, I just want to sit here, be room temperature, you shake it on up, and that's it. Oh, she come here, she don't sit down. She don't do that.
No, they always want to be moving and fixing and putting shit organized the way they want it. You don't live here. Stop.
I've had a call like, Mom, where you put the stuff out? I went shopping. Where you put it? Oh, it's up in the cabinet. I'm like, okay, it's where you put it. But yeah, I don't like my stuff in the fridge because I feel like it's just weird because it's cold. But I see we got 2 and 2 because Bondi and Jamie him said they want some cold stuff, and Minnie's like, nah, we want it to be warm. Look, this little room temperature because it won't kill us. We're not gonna die. We all alive.
Worried that shit gonna go bad. So like with like liquids and shit. With bread, I feel like you could look at that shit and tell if it's all right. With liquids, you may not know. You know, child.
Lord, so the other thing I was gonna discuss, not Steve Harvey, Lord Jesus. Tyler Perry has got a show on Showtime. Okay, it's going to be a prequel to Medea's stuff. It's going to be Medea, aka Mabel, when she was in her 20s in these streets. I feel as if, do we think Tyler Perry doing a show on Showtime about Medea in her early 20s, living life, is that a good idea, a bad idea?
I think it's
thought of this idea.
I like it.
I think it's
but who writing it? It can't be like Sisters.
No, he has other people that's on it with him. He has other executive producers. It is on Showtime, so there's going to be some checks and balances. It's not the same thing as being on, BET back in the day, or BET Plus and all of that, where he didn't bought in a large amount of the stock, so he kind of owns the fucking channel within itself, so he can do whatever he want to do. This is different. But I also feel like this is not something that he wants to half-ass. This is something he wants to really.
So
I'm excited about.
Agree.
I am too. As long as he's not solo writing it, I'm happy. Because I like the Medea character. I'm like, it's Mabel, it's not Medea. And I do feel like we need to know why she got to who she is. We have no idea why she's so out there. We don't know anything about her past. Like, even like her and Joe, I would love to see a young Joe out here smoking weed, you know what I'm saying, looking good and young. Because it's them in their 20s. I do think it can be a multiple season show that'll be in Showtime. I like Showtime show. Like, it's a show in there called Black Monday. They do really, really good shows. So I do.
Shameless. The L Word.
You said Showtime? It's gonna be on Showtime.
It's gonna be on Showtime.
Showtime.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
Yeah,
not BET or BET Plus.
No,
I watched Bruh.
That's why I said checks and balances.
I was up watching Bruh, and I promise you, I watched like 8 episodes. Good. No, it wasn't, Brian. Don't lie. Don't tell stories.
I thought it had. No, I'm gonna tell you what I thought. I thought when I first clicked on it, I thought it was gonna be trash as fuck, and it wasn't trash as fuck.
But did you watch from the beginning, or did you watch the
I only watched the first 2 episodes. I'm gonna say that.
No, see, I was on episode like 32 because I watched the first part of the season.
32.
It may was 21. I don't know. I mean, 32 may be a lie, but it was the other episodes, like, from the second half of the season, and they were like less than 30 minutes or whatever. I was like fast forward. I was able to fast forward through most of the show and not miss a beat. Because, it's those long, repetitive ass conversations. I'm like, why y'all repeating the same shit? But at one point, I was going to message y'all through the funny part. And I'm okay, it has funny parts, but it takes so long to get to them. I'm like, I ain't got time for this shit. But I watched like 8 episodes in like 20 minutes. Because I like fast forward, point. So I do hope Medea with Mabel is fully thought out, fully good casting, good scripts, because I want a good show from him, because he used to write better than how he writes now, and something about him went away and there was some bullshit, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. He made me mad. But I like the Oval a little bit, and I like Sisters. You don't like the Oval?
The Oval?
Not like it as if I'm going. Oh, did she fall? Did you fall, Nancy? You okay?
I think
help!
I'm falling and I can't get up.
I'm glad that I at least had my mic muted, because I'm dropping everything trying to handle all these glasses on my little stand.
I'm like, she okay? Somebody help her. But I like the Oval in the aspect of the story kind of moves forward a little bit. I like the actors on the show. When the first lady called the Killer Jason boy a whole bastard of that, what was the bitch of the son of a bitch? Oh, the son of that bitch, and pointed to the husband. I like the little subtle funny shit of the show. It's a good show if they would stop, if they would move forward. Like, nothing, the daughter's still missing. Sharon still fucking the Kareem and Barry. Like Donald's still gay and straight. You know, I need something to like move past something. He gay and straight. You like them both.
I think this season has picked up a little faster
than before.
But the sister is still missing. It's like she ain't even there no more.
I don't know these people.
Oh, because you don't watch the show, Bondi?
I don't. I tried. They were slap boxing a little bit too much in them first couple of episodes, and I was just like, you know what, enough. So I tried though. And then that other show came on BET Plus that was about the cult that was connected to the old one. I was just like, yeah,
Ruthless.
No.
Ruthless. Yeah, I don't do Ruthless.
I
don't do Ruthless. I want to watch it because people say it's good, but I feel as if, do I want to waste my time watching and not liking it? I don't have time to do that. I don't want to do that no more. I'm over it. But let's get to our favorite shows. Bonnie, them glasses, I love them. They're amazing glasses. Okay, whole vibe. But the first show we're gonna do, because of course the shows have changed a little bit. We're doing other shows here and there, but we have still stuff for y'all. So, Ready to Love. Okay, so the new season sort of kind of started last Friday, but it was a punk ass casting special. But I didn't mind it because it's so hard watching the first episode.
Not a punk ass casting
special. Because I feel as if I get why they do it, because it is easier to see the people by themselves, to know who is who. But I feel as if, don't tell me if the first episode was really not. Say it's a casting special, so I can prepare for that shit. Okay, I was mad, but they tricked us. Now we have the men. Okay, these are the men of the Ready to Love this season. We're gonna say who we think
these niggas anyway. Except for maybe Chris. Chris.
When you line them all up like that, it looks pretty disappointing. But whenever they showed them in the casting special about one by one, I wasn't really mad at it. But now that I see it all over here, I'm like,
I was mad at the whole time. I was like, nope.
See, this is the thing.
And I like bald bearded men.
It's because we heard them talk, and they talked, and they got us mad. Like, looking at this, had we not known shit, had we not watched it,
Jaylee, why you got the picture of this nigga in the corner?
Who, Chris?
It look no, the other one. It looked like a dramatic one on my side.
Oh,
he's in a play, and this is the emotion he was emoting at the time.
He looked like the confessional of cheaters. You know, at the end of the episode, when they be like, "So
and he left
like a cheater's confessional."
Yeah, it does. It does look like a cheater's confessional.
But see, I like Chris with the orange suit. I'm happy Chris is back.
Right.
And then dude with the blue jean shirt buttoned up real tight. He do not look 36. The liquor has definitely aged him. He need to get him some stuff, because I don't know what's wrong with him. And then bald dude with the blue sweater and the big beard, I do not like him at all. I want him to go home immediately, right now. Before the show starts, he should leave.
AJ?
Yes, AJ.
Why do you feel that way?
Dude. Because I felt like him saying what he wanted was seen too much for a man who we don't know if you shit at all. So to make it seem as if you deserve all these, like you want a free, I was like, something else to fucking with. I don't like you. And then for dramatic dude with the black who look like he in Macbeth, I feel as if, you know, he's an actor. He has the audacity to say, you know what I'm saying, I'm the best catch in Houston. How are you still single? If you the best catch in Houston, they would want you.
He got a heavy tongue and a heavy bottom lip when he be talking. And I'm like, you the best catch. You the best.
I was like, no, sir, I don't like it. And I feel as if,
which one, Jaylee? Oh, you talking about
all the way at the bottom.
No, the bottom. The bottom with the black shirt.
Right.
Looking like he gonna say,
right on top of my name.
Romeo and Juliet, I love you thee. Like that. He gets to me.
But he don't talk like this. Listen, I wasn't gonna say anything about it until he showcased himself as an asshole. Talking about I don't like thick women. I like
that he said Yes, that's how I didn't like that he said that. I don't like full figure women and try to go and
but
clean
he
it
looks
up.
short.
Very.
And then talking about, didn't he say the ladies are mean? He was like, the ladies are mean, they're not nice or whatever. So he's having troubles with them. And I'm like, you seem like you're just a picky type of man. Talking about he want a woman that's fit, that works out and all this. It's like, dude, you do that?
Which one
Black Eric.
Which one said that when the women are forced to like get to know them, that's when
yes. You know, which one is that? I forgot. Damn, let me look at my notes. Fuck. Because that made me mad.
I'm getting the echo, Jaylee.
I'm getting the echo.
Was it Ron? Was it Ron?
It's somebody. Let me see. Because he made me mad. Let me get my actual
women
notes.
Are gonna have to sit down and get to know him.
I think so. I'm putting my notes. I got my notes too.
I think it was the one with the yellow.
That's what I didn't like about him.
Yes, the one with the yellow shirt.
Yes,
right.
The front boy of it all.
Mm-hmm.
He
came in.
Are we still having an audio issue?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right, just wanted to make sure. Go ahead.
But I feel like when he came in. Oh wait, now I do still hear the echo. It's the echo. Do y'all hear echo right now, y'all? Okay, so it may be gone. We'll see. Say somebody.
Hey yo. Tits.
Okay, say something, Jamie.
Whose phone is it? You know what?
My mama.
I'm all right, your mama. Okay, I'm about to say.
Like, no, she said she do hear echo.
I don't hear it.
Do y'all hear it from here?
I just hear her echo.
I can hear it with yours, Lucy. I can hear it with myself too.
I can't hear it at all.
It might have been her mic. So I think she popped out. She don't come back in. We see nothing. I still hear it.
I hear some air. I don't hear anything. Y'all let me know. What are y'all hearing? Is there still echo? Is it me?
We trying to figure. See, it's
I didn't hear echo with you, Bondi.
Did you?
I don't hear it, but do y'all hear it with me?
I don't hear.
I don't hear it now.
Okay, I'm back now.
Okay, can we good now, y'all?
Dun, dun.
We think we good. Okay, so it was the devil trying to get your ass out. We ain't got time for that bullshit. Okay, but again, we good now. We believe. If not, they think it may have been Niecy, but we good now because we can hear Niecy now, so we good. Bam, bam, bam. But dude who was like, I don't want nobody. No, he said, I want to be sure they act in my best self when they are forced to like be with me. I'm like, that's like kidnapping. Don't kidnap them and force them to get to know you if you're an asshole. I didn't like that at all. So yeah, he got on my nerves. But I do feel like the teacher dude with the weird beard, second on the top. I think he's gonna go home first.
He's lame.
Yeah, he lame. He won't last.
He's a lame.
His teeth are too small for his mouth. That's a pet peeve of mine. Very, very small teeth. I like big teeth.
Dolphin teeth.
He's a little baby.
Little bitty baby dolphin teeth. Yeah, no, I don't think any of these men, with the exception of the darker complected men, like Chris and this other guy who was an alcoholic, but there's something about still like his skin tone and facial features.
Curved hairline.
Yeah, his curved hairline that as well is problematic. But out of all of them, and the guy up all the way to the right hand side with the blue sweater on, I think he's attractive, but I think he said something that I didn't like. Yeah,
with the beard.
Yeah, he said something I didn't like. But
he did. He was bragging about himself, talking about how he was in the music industry and he's this and he could date any girl. And he said he probably have met a couple of those women before already.
Yeah, he would remember them.
He's a whole.
He wants the one with all of the F's.
Just face it. He's a whole.
It's like, what F's do you have? Oh, he's fuckboy.
What do you have at the table?
Because who you think going home first, Niecy?
Dolphin teeth all the way.
What about you, Jamie?
I think the teacher Jason, the second guy, I think he's gonna go home.
Niecy got some dolphin teeth. Bondi, who you think going home first?
I think it's gonna be Dolphin Teeth or Troy.
And Troy is the little one in the corner with the lips.
Theatrical, yeah. Heavy tongue. Yeah, he heavy tongue. Because don't nobody want to hear that. We don't want to hear that type of attitude with that type of lisp. Nigga, you better have humility about yourself with that type of heavy tonguage.
Y'all know who I think is gonna be a little bit problematic, who we're overlooking? It is the second dude who's been married twice, and he's an officiant.
Oh yeah.
He's next to Chris in the picture. He's been married twice. He said this is gonna be his third time. Divorce.
Yeah.
The top dude. Which one? The top or the bottom row?
The bottom row next to Chris. The second to last.
In the orange or whatever, yellow. The dude next to
the one who wiped out of cancer.
Yeah.
No, that's not the one. The guy who wiped out of cancer is the very top left. The one I'm talking about, who's been married twice, is next.
Oh, but the teacher who was cute.
Him right here.
Yes,
that's
right.
Him. That's Chris. Okay.
Yeah, that's him. Bondi. Right.
That's him. Right under my boobs. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might be a problem. I heard that. And the other guy too that was talking about how his parents were married for 40 years and then they divorced and that was really hard for him. Is that the same guy or is that another guy?
That's the one next to him. Oh, that was him. That was he got all like it hurt me. It affected.
Even though I get it, but I still felt like it was something about that made me feel like, okay, relationships, no matter how great they are, there's always a possibility that it might not work out. Even if you're with someone for 20 years, it may not work out. So that fear is unrealistic to me. Like the fact that you allow that to control how you feel in relationships, because we never know, you know what I'm saying, if something is going to stay together or fall apart, because I mean, you wake up one day and your feelings are different or, you know, whatever, but y'all know what I'm saying. Like, I just kind of feel like that's an unrealistic fear to have because no matter what, you never know.
And I felt like you can't say that you're scared of divorce because to get divorced, you got to get married. So it's still a fear, you know, within itself.
Right.
Right. And I think his fear is that he knows he packs a lot of bullshit. So he wants somebody to basically be tied to him in shackles.
And I just don't think that the men are much of a catch, to be honest. I feel like the ladies don't have a lot to work with this season. I feel like the ladies got better jobs than them. And another thing I put on my channel that some of my subscribers did not like, they didn't like the fact that I said that I kind of feel like I don't like the fact that they had a 31 and maybe like a 34-year-old girl. You got all these older men. Like, I didn't really like that. I wanted them to like even that out. Like, who is your target audience? Because majority of them are in their late 30s up into their 40s. And it's like, why not have some people that are in there that's 27 to 37? What about that range?
Because the ladies,
they love too. They always
these are the ladies. And I feel as if you look at both groups, it do look like they don't match. Just looking at, you know, the men and then the women, they do not match. And I think besides the weirded wig lawyer who I hated her, the one with the blue, the light blue on and the weird, you know, old lady wig.
Yeah.
I hated her wig.
I hated her wig.
Her other hairstyle was so much better.
Damn.
Her pictures were better.
No, y'all not talking about Amber. Y'all talking about the other girl. Y'all talking about the other girl.
You talking about this girl right here?
Amber.
This girl right here. Her wigs were terrible.
Yes.
Oh no, that's Amber. That is Amber. The one next to her, Amber. I think that's Kira. They're both attorneys. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I did not like her wig at all. It made her look so old.
This one is the attorney. This one right here.
Yeah, the two. Yeah, they on the end. The two attorneys.
This one is the comedian.
Yes, I loved her, but I always feel as if they put a comedian in who we feel as if won't find love.
True. She's the friend.
And I don't like that. Yeah, she's always the friend of. I don't like that at all. That makes me mad. And even on the top with the green, the former pastor's wife, I was like, oh, she's saucy. Okay. She like, I can, you know.
She fly,
honey, she came in her little red bottoms. I was like, oh, she.
This is my whole thing though. Can we talk about these bitches that ain't been with nobody since 2004? No disrespect. But I was like
17 years.
What you mean?
Like that's a long time.
Say that again.
Who?
Reminded me of Denise from last year.
But see, Denise was really batshit crazy for no reason. And I feel as if these two ladies, because it was bottom girl with the little roughly top.
Yeah, all the way
and then
all the way to the right.
Top corner, right. So the two corner girls, the first corner girl and then the bottom corner girl. But it's on the two corners on top of bottom. But I feel as if both of them gave different feels. I feel as if bottom girl with the ruffled top, I think she may be okay. However, girl on top on the right end, I feel as if she gonna go home first. Something about her feels as if she's still not ready. And because when they asked her how long it's been since she's been in, dating somebody, whatever, the fact that she said, well, it's 2004, do the math. I'm like, something about that to me meant she's not even ready to say why she's been single for that long. When you can't even say, well, it's been 17 years. To me, that's weird. But the girl on the bottom said that she was focused on her career. And so for me, she gave a reason.
Because she said her last relationship was high school. So
but I feel as if she been fucking, but she ain't been committing. And it's a difference between I've been having relations, but I haven't committed to anybody since high school. But I've been banging, dudes here and there over the years.
That's still weird for a woman.
It is. I don't know, but I feel as if she's ready though. I just don't know. I don't like how the other girl did not say why she was single for so long. And she just seemed unsure.
I think something's wrong with both of them. I think something is wrong with both of them. I don't know what it is yet, but I think something is wrong with both of them. Either the way they react in relationships or how much they, put up walls around themselves or whatever it is. But niggas is out here thirsty for nice looking women. So it don't even make sense for why y'all would have been without a man for damn near
17 years.
That don't even make sense. When I saw, especially this one at the bottom, when she was working out and shit, I was like, girl, that don't even make no fucking sense. Just say that you haven't been in relationships, but you have, you've had a rotation, as I like to call it. Ain't nothing wrong with having a rotation, but say you having a rotation, because it's one thing to be a woman who is waiting for marriage. It's a whole nother thing to be a single woman out here with no dick for 20 years. And I hope that's not what you're saying. If that's what you're saying,
I hope not.
That's so sad. Oh, that's so sad, child. Let me tell y'all, that's sad.
But what about the lady top row, the fourth one in, next to green shirt? She was with a back. Yeah. Who I want to know who her ex-husband is, because she brought up how he was a professional basketball player, not an overseas dude, in the States dude. And I feel as if her son is going to be the person they bring in on the show. I think he's going to be like the family member that comes in. It's going to be the son, because he's
going to be
like
a problem
19.
and an issue. It's going to be a problem and an issue. I feel that way about that son. He already seemed like, I stayed home to help my mom take care of my sisters. Oh yeah, you're going to be overbearing as the fuck.
But will she make it that long? Because she also seems as if, is she really ready to date somebody? Like, she's pretty. She may make it because she's gorgeous. But even first girl, who I feel as if will be the one that most of the guys will pick, first girl on the top with the cute weave, the long wavy weave. I think she's gonna be the Alex of the show. I don't want to see.
See, I'm still waiting to find out, because I feel like everybody gave me an off energy in one point or another. Either they gave me an energy that felt like there's something about you that men run from and we just haven't seen it yet, or it's something underlying, or you one of them crazy bitches that just, your standards are
that crazy bitch out there is what's going on around
basically
here.
Like the one with the short blonde hair, crazy bitch. Okay, the lady
she reminded me of Alicia from last season.
Yes,
minus pregnancy.
Absolutely. And the comedian girl, I actually like her, but I feel like they're gonna friend zone her no matter what. I feel like no matter what, these men will friend zone her. these ones in a corner that didn't have a man, I don't know. This one with the blue dress on all the way to the I'm sorry, this corner right here, her.
Mm-hmm.
She seems like the good time girl, and I'm wondering if they're going to play her like they did Alicia. Whereas, oh, we're having a good time, but I'm gonna treat you like, you know, you my side chick. Now, the girl who is second at the top, something about her makes me feel like she gonna pop up crazy. Like it's gonna seem all well and good, and then one day it's gonna be some shit that don't make no sense, and we gonna be like, this bitch is crazy.
It was how he said, "Call me Chris." I was like, it give me crazy. It give me like it give me Denise, but less aggressive. Less, I'm mad that you won't. What's the dude name? The dark skin guy. I'm mad at you for liking him.
Yeah,
you know, not that I'm not gonna go so hard at you, but it gives me that.
She said, "Don't like my man." She was like, "Don't like my man." I like.
She did.
But I do think with the preview, I do think the season looks like it's going to be interesting. What did y'all think about them adding Tommy's wife to like co-host?
That's their attempt to try to make this shit not all about old ass men trying to get them some young women to goop into relationships, because that's what it seemed like last season. That's what it seems like when it's Tommy and old boy. So I feel like bringing his wife in was supposed to give this some real love aspect. However, I feel like if she is not helping them pick the people, and even if she is, she may not know what the fuck she's supposed to be looking for, because like just because you Tommy wife don't mean you know who you should be looking for as it pertains for a reality show, so we can have some realistic emotions happening. Because I feel like in a way it may be hard to find people that are here for the reason. Oh, I heard a repeat. Sorry. It might be hard to find people that are there for the reasons that they say they are, because people come on these shows trying to let it be known they got a business and they want their business to do well. It's the same thing of how we feel about Chris from Married at First Sight. Like, we don't know if you came here for some bullshit, you know, or if you came here trying to get people to pay attention to your business and you were just such a terrible person that, you know, there's no luck for that.
I don't like how we don't know who picked the couples. I feel as if with Married at First Sight, we have an idea over who picks who. But I feel like on this show, we have no idea like how they picked it. Like, what's the criteria to be on the show? Because how do you get two women on a show who've been single for 17 years and now they're on a dating show? Like, at what point, like, did you start dating before now? Like, that to me is weird. I've just seen somebody bring up how they said, don't try to build a narrative that there's something wrong with you if you've been single for a long period of time. And that's not what we're saying. However, coming on a dating show and saying, I have been single for 17 years is weird. Because why have you been single for so long? And this is your first step to try to find the one. And I think it's not that it's something wrong with them, but it makes you wonder, why have you been single for 17 years? That is something that at 17 years is a long time. Unless you can, they made it seem as if they've had nothing going on for that long. Not that they've been dating, it hasn't worked out, or like they had a kid and was tended the kid. It was like, I just been out here single, you know, since high school. That's dumb. That's what it is. I didn't say it, that's what they said. I don't like it. But again, I'm here for the season. We shall see. But again, I hope next season we can see like how do they pick the people. I want to. Yes. I want a casting special for that. That
would have been much better.
I want to see.
And don't make it the first episode, bitch. Don't make it the first episode.
Zero.
Make it be a preview of for the season.
They used to do those like back in the day when they had some dating shows. They would show them interviewing different people and how they went about choosing them. I would like to see that, but y'all need to. I hate to say it, y'all, and a lot of people not gonna like what I gotta say. I don't give a fuck. Some of them, if they 45 and they ain't got no mates as far as men, too mother bad. Okay, because them be the main ones trying to go out and get a younger woman. No, sir, it's a lot of women your age that are single and waiting on you. Go there.
And the ages need to mix up. If you that's true. I don't want them bringing older men on and then younger women on and then matching. It's like, no, if you're going to have in like 40, 50s, have women of that same age. It's not fair. Right. Or have older women and younger men, but I feel as if they don't do that. It's always older men and then younger women. I don't like that. It aggravates me. Punch them in the face. So our next show, a little talking on it for Married to Medicine. Not much has really happened this season, in my opinion. It's kind of boring to me, but you know, we see Toya, who had a little boring pool party. She brought White Lady Carry Out. She brought back Lisa Nicole or whatever. I'm like, I didn't care.
Girl, she thought even she was doing something. She thought she was doing something, bringing them over.
It was boring. I'm like, y'all started the pool and did nothing.
I just
ate some oysters.
That's all I was.
That was a terrible episode.
I was like, even the wig. I'm like, her wig. How you come to a pool party in a wig that ain't secured with your braids not being fresh? I'm like, how you do that, Simone? I guess she ain't busy. But I think that was boring. I think the main thing was Sky and Contessa, and seeing the two different conversations. You know, seeing Scott talk to, was it Cecil? Was Cecil there? I know it was Eugene.
He was talking to Damon.
It was Damon. Okay. Mm-hmm. So when he talked to Damon about Contessa, how they having issues or whatever, and the therapy thing, I feel as if Contessa was talking to the gay niece about it as well. I feel as if Contessa continually makes it seem as if it's Scott. Scott won't do counseling. Scott won't let me do schooling. Scott won't let me be me. Like, she keeps blaming him and saying how she's upset that he doesn't let her do A, B, C, D, F, G. But she do what she wants to do. All the stuff you've asked to do that he had a question about, you still did it. So it's not as if he stopped you from doing anything. And I feel as if it's a difference between when y'all were first married, no kids, that he chose to like change jobs and move with y'all towards adults. Y'all have 3 children. Y'all are both doctors in Atlanta. It's different when you say, you know what, I want to stop being a doctor and be a mom. Okay, I want to now stop being full-time mom, go back to work, boom. Okay, now I want to leave the state for 2 years to go to school to be a different kind of doctor, and I need you to be okay with it. And you feel as if he don't have a right to feel like to be upset about it. And I think that's her consistent complaint, is that he was upset that she made these choices. It's like, girl,
she needs to admit that she a lesbian and stop fucking playing. We all know that all of this, you being unsettled, you not liking your job, you not liking what you're doing, you not liking being an at-home mom, is because, bitch, you want an old lady. And you don't want to admit that to yourself, Contessa. All us lesbians or bisexual bitches who watch know that Contessa is somebody that is definitely in our stable, bitch. She is in the stable. I'm telling y'all right now, there's something absolutely convincing to me about Contessa really being somebody that wants to be with a woman, but because of the way she was raised or the way she sees the world, she needs to show up in a certain light with a husband, with children. But the truth of the matter is, the bitch want an old lady, okay? And she's unhappy, and until she admits that to herself, I don't know what will work, because it's job to job to job. It's situation to situation. And yet you still saying you and your husband in the same place that y'all was in 10 years ago. That's because you've had this same issue since the very beginning. And what issue was that? That your ass is probably really gay. I don't know what I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all feel like I say that about people and Bondy, everybody like, bitch, listen to me. There aren't many people that I would say this about for real, for real. But Contessa is a vibe. I'm gonna just tell y'all that.
I'm tired of seeing.
If you bored, bitch, leave. How about that? Okay. Somebody block they thank you now. Unless you asking somebody else, then you know what I'm saying, do that. But look, you need to be clear in what you say in the chat. If I see it, I'm gonna say, what you mean? What's going on? Who said that?
You bored? So you want my attention? Is that what
I'm saying? Trying to be sure? I'm trying to be sure that you ask about somebody being bored. Now, maybe you better mean Contessa bored and not we boring. Because I'm telling you.
Because if you want this attention, you could get this attention. Don't do us like that.
I'm gonna think that I'm assuming they meant something else.
It's a lot of things, but it ain't boring, bitch. My décolletage is
okay.
Enough.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Enough.
They said no, it wasn't that. They were saying, okay, that's good. Because I was like, well, all I seen was who. Okay. I'm like, who bored?
Because I'm about to tell you,
talking about the show.
I'm gonna need a baker. I'm gonna need a baker, bitch. Giving you the best that I got. Don't do me like that, baby.
Okay, thank you. I was like, what's going on? Okay, go ahead, Jamie.
I was just saying that, what was I saying actually? That I'm tired of seeing Contessa get what it is that she wants out of the marriage and Scott not necessarily get what it is he wants. She constantly talks about he's not doing this or he's done that or he's done this or he's done that. But when you look at everything she's wanted to do for the most part, he's made room for her to go off and do that. But in the meantime, he can't even go get him a boat. But we never heard her come up with some type of compromise of, babe, let's open up this once we get this done. Then you can get whatever boat that you want once we get to a certain place. Like, we don't hear that from Contessa at all. And for me, I kind of feel like the audacity of you to complain about him right now, as if, you know, she acting like he out here just really cheating or doing some major stuff, and he's not. It's really all about her career goals. But the audacity of you to complain about him right now when he's helping you build the very office that you want, I kind of feel like that's selfish. And I don't really like how she kind of makes him out to be to everybody else. She kind of give me a little bit of Martell vibes, a little bit, and I don't really like that at all from her.
I'm gonna say
that's on my nerve.
I do feel like she always puts the blame on him in one way or another with no real understanding for the sacrifices he makes so that she can do the things that she wants to do. But I also feel like it's because it's resentment. It's resentment. And I don't know if it's about what she really wants in her life, like I said, that she won't admit to herself, or if it's just simply about the fact that she doesn't want to be tied down to a family. She wants to move. She wants to drift. She wants to do what she wants to do and live a life of a single person, because she always seems to want to make decisions like a single person. At the end of the day, it wasn't Scott that really made the pain from you not being there hurt so hard. It was your kids. Like last season, it was Contessa's children that made her feel bad about the fact that she wasn't home. And she tried to put it all on Scott because she can't be mad at her kids for being upset that mommy isn't home every day. So she put it all on him. So I just want Contessa to figure out whether she wants to be with this man or not. Because if not, let him go and find him some little young girl that would be happy to be with a doctor on a boat, on vacation rentals, chilling and sucking dick. Like, let him go find that if you don't want to give him that. Like, simple.
Because she don't want that.
Yeah, it's killing me to see her do that.
I think she needed to shut up. I do feel like Contessa wants attention, and because she doesn't know what she wants in life, it's easy for her to blame Scott for it all than for her to kind of focus on what she don't know that she won't yet. And I feel as if it's boring now. Get out of my face with it now and go do some of the stuff right now. Because I don't like her that much. And even Heavenly and Damon discussing counseling not working for them, I do feel as if they slip and showing, because they have never had much drama with their marriage. But them in that one confessional, when he then say how, well, that therapist didn't work because that therapist kept, siding with you, and her saying, well, he think you know everything, whatever. And I'm like, something about that to me is like they be fussing and fighting, and on camera she just kind of agree with him. Okay, daddy. Yep, and I'm like, I want them to be real and show y'all have issues, but y'all are trying to make it work. But I feel as if making it seem as if, oh, it's nothing. We stopped therapy, but not saying, but why was y'all in therapy?
Let me tell y'all something. I feel like this episode, I realized I always felt like Heavenly was smart, but I realized on this episode truly how smart Heavenly is. Heavenly definitely argues with Damon about this whole idea of what women are supposed to be doing versus what men are supposed to be doing. He never has to say anything on the show. But whenever, she talks about certain things, I think she says it in a way to make it sound stupid so that she can go home to him and be like, oh, you heard when I said that, how dumb everybody said I sounded when I said it, right? That's because it sounds dumb. But I think she likes to play that role in front of everybody else. But the truth of the matter is, Heavenly does not live the life of a woman that listens to her husband and just shuts up and cooks and fucks and does what her husband wants her to do. She does not live that life, which makes me feel like when she said says shit like that is to antagonize or get back or poke fun at Damon for really feeling that way deep down, but knowing he's too smart to ever say it on camera. So it's her way of being able to passive aggressively get her angst out about the way he probably really deep down thinks. I think he's a good man in all of that. He takes care of his family and all of that. But even for instance, remember when she was like, you know, I don't even get no talking about how her children were raised and all of the credit goes to Damon and not to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there are so many times where Heavenly is basically saying, oh yeah, he's supposed to be the best thing smoking and I'm not shit. I'm just a helpmate. And it almost now seems as if she's doing it to show how dumb it sounds.
Yeah, she kind of touched on that in her live the other day. She was like, I know Damon's a little sexist. So I could see her doing it. Y'all, did y'all watch the one when she was cussing in the chicken head?
I watched it, but I missed that part. I know she said the kid.
I heard her say
more
that.
Props, but I don't remember the sexist part.
She said
that like how she always does, but not. So I could see her playing that up.
I mean, remember when her and Simone, she was like, we have the perfect relationship and daddy is this and that. I mean, we was like, who you trying to convince? We said that. But it almost seemed like we thought, you know, she was trying to convince herself. But maybe, no, I know exactly what the fuck is going on. But I'm just going to play it up and sound as disingenuous as possible, you know, for this nigga's sake, to let him know what I really think about him. Because he know what it is. We've had this conversation, you know?
Yeah.
Right. But it's also a way of people not prying into their relationship. So if she's talking about it that way and making him feel good on camera, what? Oh,
no, I'm talking to Jamie and Bondi because they haven't seen what you already saw.
Okay,
so,
I thought
we say we all on the same accord, so we can kind of be, you know, we be having sad conversations. Just so you know. So yeah, we're going to move on to Queen Sugar, which I feel as if was a really good episode. I think even though each person had their own little story part of it, that it flowed really well. Let's start. I have some good pictures. I think so. I may not, because I can't remember because I'll be asleep sometime. But because you know, I love the picture they have, but sometimes because they can't get them in the same scene or whatever, it's hard to get a good picture of them both together. So with Darla and Ralph Angel and Blue, we see that Blue is reliving the cop situation with Ralph Angel, and we see from his perspective as a child, it was different for him. He saw it as more like as an aggressive, violent type of confrontation, and not as calm aggression that happened in real life. He saw it as like a horrible, you know, mean, I want to run, you know, he's going to shoot me thing. He just saw it differently. And I think it's important to notice that sometimes we have no idea how a kid views what happened. Even if we feel as if it wasn't that bad, they may see it and then have nightmares. As we see, he's having nightmares about it. But again, that's fine. We see Darla and Ra having to decide on sending Blue away to school because Darla's mom has took it upon herself to book a school, pay for a school, got the whole free ride for Blue, whatever, because she wants him to be able to go to a fancy school because Blue is so smart, and they feel as if, her mama feel as if he can't get a great education there in New Orleans. So she has, you know, pulled these strings to do that, and Darla does not want him to go because she feels as if they can find a good school in New Orleans and that they can challenge him there. She does not want to send her son away to her mama, whereas Ralph Angel feels as if it's a good idea because he does not want to limit Blue, and if Blue can have the best education, why not send him off? Now, even though they decided to not send him away, do y'all think that they are stifling him, or it's not a bad idea to keep your child home? I feel as if they should send him away, but I also feel as if they could go with him, but then they'll take Ralph Angel away, and that's the farm. So I know as a parent, you don't want to abandon your child and send them somewhere, but I still feel as if Blue does deserve the best. So I do wish they would have had more of a conversation about it versus just saying like, no. But what do y'all think?
I think it was definitely something to think about. I was kind of torn. I feel like Blue can have the best, but at what cost? I mean, how would that affect his upbringing if he had to go somewhere else and potentially not be raised by his mom and dad? So if they were to do that, I agree that they would all have to make that move. But, you know, I would miss seeing Ralph on the screen every week. So for that reason, I feel like they should be able to find something local. And how old is he? He's 9, right? I don't think it's...
I think like maybe 8 or 9.
Yeah, he's 8 or 9. I don't think it's necessary for him to go that far for school this year. I don't.
I agree.
I don't think so either.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jamie.
I was just gonna say, I don't think so either. And if they were to do that, I think they should make that move. Like that transition to come from a completely like slow area and then put that child up there in DC, which is probably going to be most likely much more fast-paced. It's a city. It's just going to be a completely new environment for this child. And why would you want to do that to a child and not sending them away from their family and stuff? And they barely knows you as the grandmama for him to even be there with you. So if it's not a place, if they're not in a place where he doesn't have his parents, where they have to come and live, where he has to come and live with you, then I think if they were to make that change, he needs to go up there with his parents. But I also see nothing wrong with waiting. If her mom has the connects, then the connects are probably still going to be there. So let us try to figure out and see if we can find a better school for him in the area. And then maybe as he get older, they all can plan and transition to move up to DC.
I agree with everything. And somebody that's from this area, there are schools. There are incredible schools here in New Orleans that he could go to that does not take him all the way to DC, that will still get him into whatever schools he would like to go, to for college and all of that, especially post, Katrina. Now there are definitely pathways to getting to, schools and places that I feel like beforehand we didn't have the access to, because they weren't paying attention to us. But after Katrina, all of a sudden, it seemed as if it might, be easier, or people might give you the benefit of the doubt coming from New Orleans versus beforehand, where we were like a hidden gem and people just saw you as coming from any old country southern town. But I do feel like there is no need to separate him from the family he knows for the sake of an education at this level. Like, it'd be different if it was high school. And like y'all said, then they can all think about that and move. But to me, I don't think there is any point in time where that is the best option to send your child to a school away from you. Because ultimately, they're going to have so many years to be without you. Your childhood years should be with your parents. That's just how I feel. Because for me growing up, it was very important. Like, we were our own little unit, my parents and I, even though I didn't always want, my daddy around, because he was, don't do this and don't do, y'all know how it be. Well, your parents always want to tell you what to do. But ultimately, I still feel like I felt protected and overall togetherness from our situation. So I would not have wanted to be taken away from that. And the peacefulness that you notice about Blue and Ralph Angel and Darla at that house, like, there is such a happiness and a peace there that I feel like moving from that would disrupt the foundation that they have laid for him in a way. So honestly, I don't feel like it's the best option for Blue. But, let his grandmammy tell it.
And his mom, I can't remember if Darla's mom even had the conversation with her prior to doing that.
I don't think so.
No, and that's why Darla was so upset. She was mad because, one, her mama just moved on it, hearing that Blue was so smart. That's why Darla then called Aunt Vi, who got pissed off at the mom, at the grandmama, mainly because when Darla calls Aunt Vi, telling her about her mama doing this, one would move away, Aunt Vi was pissed because, again, it was not a conversation. And when Aunt Vi then calls Darla's mom about it, and she's pissed off, like, how can you want to take him away from his family, for one, and two, from his parents, for two. And seeing Aunt Vi and Darla mom, who now I can't think what it is, kind of fussing back and forth, and hearing Aunt Vi remind them, like, I raised him. Like, when Darla was out here, doing whatever, and Rod was in jail, I was the one who raised Blue. And the mama then brought up how, I sent you money. And I love how Aunt Vi said to her, money don't replace time. You know what I'm saying? We raised that boy, and why would you did not take him in, I did. I took the time out of my life to raise him for your child. So you can't tell me that your daughter is mama, not me. even though that's true, I still raised him for the first, let's say, 5 to 6 years of his life or whatnot. And when Hollywood seen Vi kind of going off, and he like, you know, what's like, why are you so mad or whatever? We don't get to find out why she's so pissed off about it, because he said you up here getting mad about something that does not even really concern you. Like, it's not even your life, but you're so mad. And when they later on go and have dinner, where she then brings up how I know that you're not okay about your mama died and all this stuff that's happened during COVID. So for her, it's like, you know, you also not okay, so you can talk to me. Then later on in the bed when they talking, he said to her, like, you know, you can always come and tell me why you got so pissed. And you can see she got pissed again. So something going on with all that. I don't know why, because I do feel as if her fussing with her mama, it did go too far, because as Hollywood said, this don't have anything to do with you directly. It's more for Darla and Rye. But again, she raised Blue. So I feel as if, is that the reason why she goes so hard with the decision? Because she stopped her life to be his guardian. And even when Rye first came back from prison, she had an issue even giving Blue to Ralph Angel, because she felt as if y'all had a band, like, you know, Darla was on drugs, hooking with Blue, and she was able to take him in and raise him and kind of help him be the soft-hearted kid he is. So I do think she has a right to
feel away, for sure.
Feel away.
I think so too. And I also feel like it's not that she's the mother, but this is a time where so many things are changing so quickly, and people are being taken away with death. People are being taken away, you know, in all of these different ways because of the pandemic, because of what happened, you know, with the daddy and all of this type of stuff. So I just kind of feel like, I think it's her trying to hold on to a level of normalcy that they have, because taking Blue away, what else do we have? It's cool what we have, but he's the baby. And once the baby is out of the picture, then what is the future? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do we have to look forward to as older people who are, you know, really living our lives for the younger people in our lives? We do things and make efforts and you know, do all these special things because it's about the kids. Like, ultimately, for Aunt Vi and people like her in this community, their lives are not only about themselves, but also about the children and the families that they are a part of. So to take him away, I think, is something that Aunt Vi, it will be too hard for her right now. Not to say that it shouldn't happen just because she doesn't want it to happen, but I think it's too much change for what's going on right now.
I agree with what Bonnie is saying. In addition to, Bonnie ain't got no children. So when he likes to tell her to back off of stuff, they don't have their father. And she's always been a part of helping raising them since their mother has passed. So she feels like it's her parental duty, in a sense, because she doesn't have children, that those are her children. And she's going to always show up for them and look out for them in the best way that she can. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on, you know, with the pandemic, and then Hollywood losing his mom and her having to deal with his emotions and that being poured onto her. So I think, like Bondi mentioned, it's just a weight of so many things going on, and she really doesn't want to lose anybody else. And I think that's just her way of having control over the situation. And I didn't even think about that, the audacity of her wanting to even send the child up there to DC, understanding that the fact that they're in this pandemic and not knowing when it's going to end.
Yeah, I agree with both of y'all. I think Aunt Vi is just trying to keep her family unit together. And I feel like she's one of those people who you have to look out for. She's a strong friend or a strong family member, and she feels like she got to band everybody together. And there's definitely going to be a point when she's going to break down and she's going to need somebody and end up having a panic attack or have to speak to somebody because she's holding down Hollywood through his loss. She's always felt like she's held down Blue and Ralph Angel and everybody like that. So I think she's the strong friend, and this is what it's about.
Yeah, she's holding tight to what she had. Thank you, Mama. So we then seen Calvin and Nova, who I feel as if nothing really happened. I feel as if the whole thing with them two was just Nova thinking about what marriage looks like for her and Calvin. And with Calvin bringing up how we can be like, you know, Oprah and Stedman, or, you know, so on, so on, so on. So, meaning we can forever be just together if you do not want to get married, but I'm willing to be whatever it is you want us to be. And she feels as if we would have to be like somebody who's not two black folk. I feel as if, I don't know why Nova's having this issue, because I feel as if you either want him or you don't, and y'all have been back and forth for long enough to where that should not still be your question on, can I be with him forever? Because you can't be with him forever. Why be with him now at all? If you didn't see a future, why even, take it there? So I feel as if I was not confused, but I feel as if nothing really happened with them besides that one conversation. Then her, of course, seeing the story about the kid who was paralyzed by some cops. So I think she also got her that story, but I don't think nothing else happened with them. What y'all think, though?
I think I'm tired of them having the same argument over and over again.
Yes.
Because
come on, have it.
I mean, child, listen, I'ma just say this. This is the same reason why she didn't want to be with him from the very beginning, because she didn't know if she could deal with the fact that he was a police officer and the things that he had done, and her being a black woman and being a proud black woman and all of that. And you still decided you wanted to be with this man. And now we come to the precipice of if we're going to really be together or we just gonna let this shit die. And now you want to argue about the same shit that you already knew was the issue before y'all got together. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I want her to end up pregnant. Like, I want her to accidentally get pregnant, so it has to force her to make a decision one way or another, because I feel like she will constantly be drifting back and forth unless something drastic happens.
A permanent pops up that they have to address. God, that's good.
That's a good idea. I feel like what I get tired of with a lot of interracial couples is they make their entire being about being an interracial couple. It's so annoying. So I really want them to explore the relationship further. I feel like we've gotten to the point to where it's like, okay, Noah's not just with a white man. Noah's with Calvin. What's next? Like, we dug into the kids for a little bit, which is a good aspect. But other than that, like, we can keep going.
Right. It's almost like, shut up, Tamara. You know what I'm saying? Nobody fucking cares, Tamara.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I'm tired of them. When they come on the screen, sometimes I like roll my eyes like, because I know we're not getting nowhere when it comes to the two. But I like what Bondi mentioned about her getting pregnant and being backed into a corner. But Nova is so hesitant and I guess fickle when it comes to that relationship that I can see her either getting rid of the child or getting rid of him. I don't know if that's going to fully make her commit to him because of all of the hesitancy she had.
That would be a whole story arc.
Something. If she were to get pregnant and get rid of that fucking baby, when I tell y'all, I would be so upset with her. I would be.
She would do it and not tell him.
Oh, that's something she would do. Stab, stab, stab. Oh my God.
That would be a good storyline. Because Nova always does stuff her own way without thinking about how it makes anyone else feel. So I do see her thinking about how having the baby by a white man would change her life and not how her aborting it would change his life. And that will be like a huge, that probably would make him leave her. That could be like, you made a whole decision on your own and we supposed to be a unit. Like, how could you do that? But I could see Nova doing that too. Nova, don't do that. Now we just forgave you for what you did last season. Don't do that to us at all. So with Charlie and Davis, so we see Charlie has got COVID. Okay, Charlie was sick. Okay, she called Davis over. He came running over and nursed her back to health. And for the first time, we see kind of why she married him. Like to see he came over, bust the window out to get in the house. Got her on her side or whatever. He was there for a couple of days, even having to carry her upstairs because she was too weak to walk. And I feel as if when she broke down crying because she couldn't really breathe that well, was coughing, and him, like, I've been here for days, like, it don't matter if I catch it. I'm here, leave it be. And I think it was a good thing for them to show. They've never shown Davis in a good light, in my opinion, because he wasn't a good person. And I do feel as if the Davis we saw in this episode was a better Davis. It seems as if Davis has grown up and he's a grown man now and whatnot. And, just trying to be there for Charlie And even Charlie did not want to let Micah know that she was sick when David then said, well, you're supposed to tell people when you need help because when someone loves you, you know, they are here for you. And I feel as if that was his way of saying, like, you know, I still love you, Charlie. I feel as if he never wanted to divorce her. But he was a fucked up husband at that point in time, and he was just making all kind of bad mistakes. And so I wonder if this is his way of trying to like make up for that badness. Even her realizing, one, he's still here. He put my head in a ponytail or whatever, and he is like here with my coughing, my sneezing, and being up all night with me or whatever. And I do think it made her kind of realize how he, one, still cares for her, and two, he can be a better person. So for me, I don't want them to get back together. However, I'm here for her seeing how he's a better person, and maybe they can have a better, you know, mother-father bond for Micah's sake, because I do feel like he's always been paying for the bullshit he did. So I will be here if she noticed the change in him now, these couple of years after their divorce. What do y'all think, though?
I'm going to just say this right quick. I love a nigga that is willing to catch COVID for me. I love a nigga that don't care if I got it. Okay, I'm still gonna kiss you goodbye. But
it was a sexiness about him being there, taking care of her.
I don't care.
I was like, okay, I like it.
I was like, he better than me, because when my fiance was exposed to COVID, as soon as he texted me, I put on a mask. I said, you come in, you go to the guest room, and I did not see him. I didn't see him for like 3 or 4 days until that test came back negative. I was sliding food up to the door and walking away because I was like, I'm not cancer.
You're like, I'm not Davis.
So cool. Listen, that's wonderful. I wish I had that type of restraint. But the truth of the matter is, there was one point when we thought I was sick and we were still fucking. So
I'm gonna die with you, Bonnie. Literally, like, I'm gonna die with you. Give it to me too.
You know, it's the energy I give. So I honestly, I was here for this, and it did kind of make me wonder if we were gonna go down this road with the two of them. And I would like to see it because I feel like there's something about Davis that would make us all swoon if we had seen that version of him. But because we met
Bonnie, when he picked her off the couch, to me, I was like, that's why she married him. That was my swoon.
Yes.
That was that moment. That was that for me.
Yes. But I feel like if they were to date, that would happen in dates. That would happen on regular days. Like, she would be like, oh my God, Davis, stop sending me flowers all the fucking time. And Davis would be like, no, I'm not going to stop sending you flowers. Now I'm going to send you other shit too, bitch. I'm going to send you purses and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I would like to see him try to get her back, because I do feel like he did so much damage. And even though she's tried to have other relationships, I think there's a part of her that has always still been with him in some way. But because he fucked up so bad, it was like, I can't go back to you with any respect. So she had to create that separation. But it's been enough time to where I feel like if he were to show up as a different person, that shit might be interesting to watch. The courting process.
It might be interesting to watch. I was thinking that, like, I was happy to see him show up for her, break that window and scoop her up and just be there with her. I like that. And I'm glad that she got to see that, like, damn, with everything we put each other through, he's still here showing up for me. Now, I would love to see them work out, but some part of me feels like Charlie always messes up her other relationships. So she's probably going to mess this one up too, despite the fact that he did look out for her. But I was still kind of like in the back of my head hoping that, okay, maybe the other one's messed up because she should have been with him the whole time anyway. They just needed to go apart to come back together. So that would be really good. I would not be opposed to seeing Charlie get back with her husband and Tamika to kind of have his family unit back together. I won't be mad at it at all.
I think the issue is going to be where, like both y'all kind of touched on, Charlie isn't going to be as receptive to him because she feels like she can't come back to him and respect him. So she's going to try to keep him a secret as long as she can. And that's going to be problematic because whenever he's ready and he ends up being the man that he needs to be, she's not going to be willing to accept it.
Because when she was coughing and he was looking at her, he looked worried. Like, you look, we not together, but you can't don't die on me, bitch. He felt like you can't leave me,
you hear me,
right
bitch,
now.
I'll kill you.
I'll kill you. That was the look he had on his face. And even when she was like, I need some sleep. Okay, well, get some rest. Go. Like, it was how he, the whole time he was there, it was like, who was the whole day? Like, who was the day who was cheating and doing all that? Like, it was a completely different person. And I kept feeling as if when she had little lucid dreams of like them, like, was it they look at each other? Just the past between them. Like, I felt like, did she remember, oh, I did love him. And now he here. And he let me cough in his face. Okay. He carried me up. He put my hand up. Like, all these little things he did to make sure in her uncomfortableness, she was still comfortable. I'm being a cheer right here. And if you get sick, fuck what you say. I'm taking you to the hospital. I don't care. It was how he did not care about the husband's ass. You gonna live today. You're not down on my watch. And I'm like, that to me deserves some goodness.
First of all,
I'm here for it.
Hey, Alex. One thing.
Alex is here. Hey, yeah. Alex.
I see everybody saying hey. And then
let me find
when me and Lyric went to dinner earlier, they was asking marry, fuck, or kill. And they asked me to do it with y'all, and I was like, nope. I was like, y'all already know how I feel about Niecy. That is it. We're not gonna do that.
We don't have to do that. We don't.
That is good.
I could just have my crush on Niecy and we can leave it there. I don't want to marry, fuck, or kill my panel members. Thank you, though.
You're not gonna do that. Not this panel.
They be
look, we are a group. Okay, don't do that. We don't do the mess around here. Now, that was a good show. I love Green. Why I want to call it Greenleaf? That show was off the air.
I've been wanting to call it Greenleaf too. I think it's like with the imagery or something about it.
It's because it's like it's the same show. It's the same show. It's just I don't know. But on to Delilah, honey. Look,
Delilah.
Look, I like Delilah now. I think this episode was really, really good. It progressed. I found out shit I ain't know was in the show. But let's start with Nate and his punk ass wife, Christine. So Nate and punk ass wife. He calls her, hey babe, can you come tomorrow to visit me and whatnot? And when she said, for what? Bitch, to visit. But again, he like, I want us to have dinner. She then with a whole attitude. What time? I guess I can try to make it by 8 o'clock. I'm like, whatever.
This screenshot got me dead to the fucking
Look, when I was making it
with her salvation on.
Because that's what she was doing. The look on her face was like, what you want? It's your husband. It's your husband, bitch. She made me so mad. And when he then said, okay, love you, she said, bye. I was like, not bye, bitch. And then what she did next, she rolled over with Debo. I said, what is going on? So you really fucking this? We knew she was fucking him. But again, I could not believe she whole swole dude in it. That's that man's house. That is Nate's house. You are banging his friend. Is his name Andre? I think his name is Andre. But you banging Andre in your husband's bed while your husband is in a goddamn place getting better and your kid is with his sister. I do not like punk ass Christine. Now when she get to the little dinner date or whatever, and they talking, and he made her a little puzzle of Niagara Falls because she always wanted to go to Niagara Falls. And when he asked her, like, I love you, girl. I want this to work. Okay, can you at least think about it? And she said, no, I can't do this. I can't even think about it. Like, you know what? Stab. Because why has she been acting like she want? Well, no, she ain't been doing that. But she just hasn't been honest. But he too dumb to see she don't want you. And your sister told you she's up in the house fucking that man. And what was she doing in the house? Fucking that man.
Playing
she don't have no shirt on. She got a little. I was so mad.
You know, I was hoping at the very least, whenever she showed up to that dinner, that at the end, when she said, I can't do this, she was going to say, I'm seeing this person. She never did that. All she said was,
she's a liar.
Yeah, didn't give no explanation at all. It's like, if you're going to do the man like that, just let him know that your vagina is with somebody else.
But I wonder, like,
your vagina's here with me, but your mind is on. I'm sorry. Anyway,
well, it was
the other side of town.
That's what she was doing.
She ain't shit. Y'all, she makes me so angry, but I also have to remember that she begged that man not to go back to duty, and he went anyway. And now these are the results. She doesn't want to be with you now that you are no longer upright. And that's fucked up. But, it should be, no matter what. But the truth of the matter is, if I've already told you, hey, that's enough. Don't do it again. And he like, nah, I'm going to go back. So now that you back and you fucked up, you got to accept the fact that she has every right to not want to be there anymore. I just wish she would be 100 and say it to him. And I also wish that she would still want to be a mother to her fucking kid. And
that's the crazy part.
Me about her, both of them. It makes me so upset that they have no real care. Like, he more worried about his relationship with her than he is about his son. She more worried about this swole ass nigga in the bed with her than she is about her kid. Everybody's so worried about everything else but the kid with the speech impairment. And I'm so tired. I'm so tired of them with that. And plus, I understand like how angry Delilah is. Like, if I was her, it would probably be stab, stab, stab every time Christine was around. I'd be calling her deadbeat mom and everything. Like,
because it's weird that she like Delilah had y'all kid, but y'all act as if she has no right to tell y'all to stop being dumb. Right. And even like, for Nate to act as if, I'm like, Nate, why are you shocked?
She did something to them.
How are you shocked?
Like, she did something to them by being honest with them about their fuck shit. Like, are you serious? I'm taking care of your kid. Oh, pussy ass motherfucker. I'm sorry, y'all. Annoy me.
No, I'm just like, it is, but it's true. Like, I feel as if we have to, not we, but I don't get how he was like, I can't believe it. It's like, but she's been acting standoffish the whole time. So it's like, no, she has shown you that she did not really want to be. The fact that she came late to y'all dinner too made me mad. But again, we're gonna move on from her because we don't like her no more. Now with Delilah and her ex-husband and his foolishness or whatever. At first I did not know that man's name, but his name is Gordon. And Gordon is up here laid up with his little girlfriend, okay, who we find out is actually a student of his. Okay, he was with the little student or whatnot, and she was the reason he got fired from his job because he was messing with her, and she needs somewhere to stay. And he like, oh, okay, we don't find an apartment. And she realized, no, you still look at me like I'm a student. You really don't, take me
because she's a
serious. Honey, the fact that she knew he was a whole married man, because I feel as if they are saying that he cheated on his wife with her, got fired, and the girl in this affair, whatever, ruined his life, the marriage, and all that stuff. But for him to then say, okay, well, since she wants me to take her for real or whatnot, he then goes and talks to Delilah to tell her that, one, I'm back with old girl, okay, and two, I'm moving her in. And three, you can't have no say-so over it. And Delilah, like, fuck you mean? First of all, my kids would not be over there at all, okay? And you going to be back with her after she got you fired for fucking her. And his debate on, well, she was an adult. Bitch, she was your student, okay? And she ruined you. She said, you ruined our life. And I just got over what you did to us. And you come here with this bullshit. Because he told her, yeah, I've been back with her for a year. So for a year, he has been hiding this girl from his ex-wife. And I'm like, you know what? I have never liked him in anything he played in. So I'm not surprised. But I feel as if him saying to Delilah, you have no say-so in our kids spending time at my house while she lived. I'm like, bruh. This is a for sure stab. Did
they say how long they were separated though? How long has it been? I think we have an understanding.
But it has to be at least, because he's been back with her for a year. So I'm assuming it's been like at least 2 years. Or let's say a year and 6 months.
We know Delilah hold grudges, period. Look at how she handles her dad. We still don't know what's going on with that.
Well, no, because at one point when she was sitting with the detective or the guy, he did mention how your mom or your dad, I think
she thought he killed her mom or something.
Right, because when the mom left, or when he left her, whatever, the mom ended up dying. So it seems that she may be blaming him for her mom dying, as if had y'all been together still, mama wouldn't die. I was like, Daddy can say mama. She can do that. But again, I just don't like Gordon's punk ass. And I feel as if I don't care how long they've been divorced. You can't come to me and say you back with someone who fucked up our marriage. She moving in, and I can't tell you. We have to have a long discussion before my kids are around that. As the mama, she has every right to say, you know what, I don't want them over there yet. We need to talk first. And him saying, well, no, you can't do it. Bitch, fuck you.
I feel like he got a point a little bit. I feel like she really can't control how he gonna move because those are still his kids. Yeah, it's like she has to work on whatever she got going on with, his cheating or whatever. She got to work on that within herself, but she can't. She's not gonna be able to police her house and his. It's not gonna be able to work like that. But I will say the least he could have done was offered her an opportunity to have a sit down with a woman that's going to be around her children.
Right. Yes, absolutely.
That's what I want. Yes,
I agree with that. Nobody should be around my kids who I have not laid my eyes on and had a conversation with face to face, and that's just on God. Okay, I know you can't control that, but in the household, in a place where my children will be sleeping, I need to be able to have contact with the person they're going to be around. And I don't believe that people should be like, oh, it doesn't matter. No, fuck that. I need to meet this lady. But I will say this. Delilah is definitely still feeling a way about what happened in their relationship. And she needs to let him and that whole situation go. Because she's still mad. And when he gave her that we not about to have a conversation about it, it made her look like she was the bitter, upset one when really, nigga, you ain't been doing what you supposed to be doing this whole time. And now you want to come in here and set some motherfucking rules. Now you want to come in here and play daddy and go and talk and tuck everybody in that night when the whole day when they running amok and tiring me the fuck out, you're nowhere to be found. You laid up with some girl who was your college student, my nigga. Like at the end of the day, I don't like him and I don't like the way he's able to play the good guy with the kids when Delilah does all of the hard work. So that really upsets me. But I also feel like a lot of mothers, you realize you can't even really make that argument for your kids. You just got to let them realize what it really is over time. Because if they daddy ain't shit, he going to eventually showcase that to them. And they going to know, and they ain't going to have to argue with you about it. But I will say, you couldn't do that to me because I will remind my kids every day. I just like to remind you who is here and who is not here. Oh, okay, then get the fuck out of my face. Like I'm gonna be that parent, way too honest with your ass. Ask yourself this: what parent is there no matter what, and what parent is only there when things are going good? That'll let you know something. But you know what? Your mama not trying to make you feel no way, baby. Love your daddy.
Whoever you may be. I want to address one little thing in the comment section. Look, we are fully aware of reports of DMX. We not commenting on it because one, it has not been confirmed.
It's not
Two,
verified,
we're not going to comment or we're not going to break no news because someone said something. So again, as far as we know, it's not true. As far as we know, it's just rumors. As far as we know, they're saying DMX has not passed away. So you do not need to be in the comment section trying to make us aware, because believe that we are doing this, but also our phones are by us. We are looking at stuff. We see it too. So we're not ignoring y'all, but no, it's a reason we not responding because again, we know.
Y'all slipping, you're falling, and you can't get up. Y'all have not seen that confirmed. Chill out.
Thank you. So on to Tamara, who I kept calling her Tony Charles, and Delilah, and their whole conversation stuff. Now I feel as if Leah, who is the girl who house broken into, we do see her house was ransacked and everything, and she feels as if Tony Childs had something to do with it and everything because one, she called to meet up but never got there, and she brings up how after not getting there that she called and said she was at work and that she told me to take the deal because in court they're gonna use all the information that fake reporter got about me, meeting men on that same app she met the man on. So she feels as if she sent me away to have my apartment be, you know, empty, to have someone take my laptop and my phone, because that's what her client wanted. Now, I'm like, I feel as if Tamara didn't set it up, but I do feel as if her bosses know what she got going on, so they are also working behind the scenes to do stuff for the client or whatever. And so, Leah feel like it was Tamara, but when Delilah go talk to Tamara, okay, and Tamara is like offended that she would think she had something to do with it. But I'm looking like, I don't put it past you though, and I don't even know you. But again, she then said, you know what, go to your job, ask your boss if they had anything to do with it. And when they meet up later at lunch, Tamara lied about talking to the main partner, who was like the father, when she said, well, I asked the son, and yes, I asked the father, but she was lying. And Delilah knew it, called her on it, which then made Tamara get pissed off, and then she walks away. So, you know, you need to call me and say, I'm sorry. I'm looking like, but she was lying. I don't get how she got mad at her friend asking her a question that she was lying about when you knew you were lying or whatever. So it's whatever. They do talk later on, and Tamara admits that she lied because she was scared on how, like, how she would react to her not being able to have that talk. I can see her saying how you don't know how hard it is for me to be this firm because I do all kind of bullshit, blah, 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 blah. And so Tamara then, is it Tamara or Tamara? I think it's Tamara. I keep saying Tamara. It's Tony Childs. But I'm calling Tony. Tony tells Delilah, which I think was smart, stop trying to look for me to fix this case. You need to make a case. If it's a case you made, make it, and don't keep wanting me to fix it for you by stopping, you know, my client from whatever else. And they also decide to not discuss the wedding as far as, you know, her being a bride and then Delilah being the maid of honor until the trial is over. We also find out that Delilah's father is actually the chief of police. I did not know that. I thought he was like a colonel or something or whatever. I did not think that he was always in a suit because he's the actual chief of police. But she goes to him about the little break-in and whatnot, asking him to help her put someone on the case that can figure it out. But he tells her that she needs to turn in that evidence that she got from the dead man's wife. And so she does have dead man's wife turn it over, but then she gets arrested because they knew that she tampered with evidence. And then that was it. That was a lot. I feel like Tony Childs is full of shit. Something about Tamara, I don't. Damn it. Tamara? Tony Childs. Something about her, I don't. Tam. Boom. Something about her I don't trust. Because that's what I want to call her, Tony Childs. But something about her I don't trust.
It's something about her I don't trust.
Yeah, it's like she, as a friend, I would not be upset with you for asking me a question that I lied to you about. Like, why are you mad? And why are you not trying to help her more? You're trying to really do your job and not help her at all. So for me, it's something that it means you not on the up and up.
Who was it? You said you don't trust Tony Childs in this situation?
Yes, I don't.
I don't trust. I feel like Delilah, first of all, is unreasonable. I feel like when this woman has signed the papers to work with a job to have access to certain confidentiality records that she cannot really release off the record, to be honest, unless it goes through court proceedings to where Delilah's company can get access to that information. So I just feel like it's kind of disrespectful to want to compromise your friend and the job that they have and try to rely on your friendship with me, that you should do this for me. I just feel like that's not fair. Are you going to be able to maintain her lifestyle? Keep her
But that's the crazy part. Tony asked her in the beginning to not even take the case because she wanted her partnership. So I feel as if it kind of started with Tony, like, you know what I'm saying, do this for me. Like, you know, forget about Leah, get her. So for me, that's why I'm looking like, why is she feeling as if she had the right to do that? And I also feel as if Delilah would give her information to help fix stuff, whereas Tony seems to just not want to help at all. She wants to be able to make her bosses happy, make her clients happy, and she feels as if she don't have to help Delilah at all, in my opinion.
She really
and I don't see why.
She really don't, because they don't work together. At this point, she's opposing counsel. So if anything, she's helping her take down her client, you know, and it's like that's not what everybody wants to win the case. So I just don't think that's fair. And I also feel like Delilah is having issues with separating personal from business.
Yes.
Y'all supposed to be sitting down having a conversation about this wedding and whatever else. And you over here talking about something completely different, so much so that you pretty much brought up the idea to remove yourself from being a bridesmaid or maid of honor or whatever. I'm just like, girl.
I agree with you. I agree with you about that. And I do feel like Delilah requires too much, but I also feel like Tony requires too much as well. And I feel like it's like, oh, don't take the case and ignore all these things. But I personally feel like Delilah needs to stop bringing information to her. Fight her to fight anybody else and stop trying to be, you know, a friend in this situation where it's about this fucking business. Because at the end of the day, she's not going to alter how she handles her business for you, so you shouldn't do it either. But Delilah is extremely exhausting sometimes, but I think Tony Childs is exhausting as well, especially in this role. There's something about her energy that is so consuming. Like it almost feels like throughout their entire friendship, she has probably been, you know, the gimme girl or the friend that takes more than they actually give. And Delilah always has to give and concede and bend and compromise for their friendship. That's the vibe that I get from it.
Yeah.
So for me, I just kind of feel like I want Delilah to separate herself from them and, you know, just from their friendship and do her own thing. And from her ex-husband and do her own thing, and from her family. Like she is just way too enthralled in everybody else's life to her own detriment, and she needs to get that shit the fuck together as far as I'm concerned, because it doesn't feel good to watch her constantly be the person that's always the fall guy, but always the one that's coming through for everybody. But when they put them handcuffs on her at the end of the episode and she had that look on her face, it's something about it that was badass to me. Like, I ain't scared at all. Like, I already know I'm going to get out of this shit, and I see you hoes, and I got something for you. Like, that was the feeling it gave, and I really hope we get that moment from her throughout this season where, you know, it's this moment where we fall in love with her, and we complete, because right now, we don't know how we really feel about it. It's new. It's new, but we just met you. But I would really like to see her give us the you know, Kerry Washington effect, or give us the vibe of somebody who is going to win, so we want to root for them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm waiting on it, but right now both of their characters are exhausting to me. The only character that I really like is the assistant who's new. Yes, I like her. There's something about her that they're trying to make like unlikable, but there's something about her that I still like. So I want to see more of her. I want to see what's going on with her. Like, what's the backstory? Like, why was she in an apartment with no wig on, crying to herself? Like, what's with the plants? Like, bitch, I need backstory.
But you could tell that's what Delilah was trying to get out of her when she went to sit down in the office and asking her how everything is going. She was kind of going around in circles, not really answering the question. And I'm not gonna lie, what episode are we on? Like, what, 4, maybe 5? And I just wish that we would have gotten into her story a little bit, because I do hate that they showed us a glimpse in episode 3 maybe, but then they haven't given us anything else yet. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on with her. I don't want it to have to wait to another season to find out what's up with her. So I really want to know, like, what's the tea?
Yeah, so Tamara said 2 things to me that made me think that it's not going to work out. She said something like, I got to pay my bills. And then she also said something like, it doesn't matter, or something like it's not real life, or something like that in terms of the cases. So that lets me know that Tamara's going to do whatever she has to do as an attorney to win her case. And I feel like that's definitely going to hurt Delilah's feelings, whether that's withholding information or telling her that somebody said they didn't do something when she really didn't speak to them or anything. So Delilah's just going to set herself up for disappointment. Another thing, I feel like this episode was really just to show us about who Delilah was. Her ex-husband she said, what are you doing? And her ex-husband said, I'm trying to be happy. And Delilah doesn't know how to let go. Even though what her ex-husband did was wrong, at this point, all you can do is worry about yourself and try to be happy. So that's a little bit of information that she should have took from him and applied it everywhere else. Like, separate all the work stuff. Stop holding people to unattainable expectations. So, yeah, this whole episode had me like, I don't know if I really like Delilah, because they really showed the real her.
That's how I
think
felt.
they both flawed.
Invited her out. She was like, "Good night." I was like, he probably the only person that really rock with you. The dude that's over there hitting you up now, probably really hitting you up to get some information out of you, but making you think that he really likes you when he probably don't. IDK, but I'm like, the dude that's coming over there, sitting down there, checking on your kids, cooking with your kids, playing a weak ass game of cards with you. That's the one you need to be with.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's going to do it again. He's going to show himself to be very loyal to her. He's going to come through in a clutch for her. And then next thing you know, it's going to be something. She's still going to be, I'm good. I don't want to do it. And hopefully at that point, he realized who she is and he backs the hell up off her. That's what I think. She gets on my nerves. You on mute, Jaylee.
Oops. But yeah, I do feel like they both have things that I don't like about them. And it's like when one is being unreasonable and the other one is being kind of nice, but then it'll flip in the next scene as if they both do the same thing at different times. And even it's something about when Tony said that she's gonna use the power of her fiance, and how like, oh, really? As if I have an issue with who I know you are, but now I have an issue because I'm mad at you. And I'm looking like, are y'all friends or no? I probably feel as if, are they just friends because they just know each other that long, or like is there really a bond there? But I'm like, they both kind of get on my nerves a lot, this in general. However, it is time for Married at First Sight. But first, okay, we need y'all to go ahead and like the video, as Bonnie shakes for y'all, okay? But like the video ASAP, okay, right now.
Like, you better like, you better like, you better you better like this video. Oh,
see, do y'all get that anywhere else? Okay, do y'all get songs and entertainments anywhere else? No.
And decolletage.
Here. You know what I'm saying? Only here.
Decolletage.
Only here. Okay. Body is. So, a lot happened, but not a lot happened. I feel as if the conversations with Dr. Pepper and with Pastor Cal was team too much on every level. But again, let's get into each couple. First up,
Jaylee.
Huh? What I do?
I'm just laughing at the K is for killer in the notes.
Oh. That's what it means, because it wasn't gonna be no see. He's a killer. Okay, his mama knew it. His daddy knew it. They put a K on the end for a reason, because he's the whole killer out in these streets. I don't like it. He gets on my nerves, and somebody need to get a PPO against that man. Jacob and I do hear echo again, but I don't know why. Y'all hear echo too, or is it just me?
I don't hear one.
Okay, I could be drunk. But Jacob and Haley, let me put Niecy back in.
Are we
Jacob
drunk?
and Haley.
Is there an echo? Are we drunk?
See, I don't hear no more. I could be going crazy. But Jacob,
go ahead.
Body may be drunk for real.
I am.
But see, drunk, we all can't be drunk at the same time, because that will be, girl. Let me stop. Anyway. I'm gonna stop. So Jacob and Haley, who I like to call, I need love Jacob, but I don't like you, Haley. I do feel like Jacob with this beard can get it. Like, he looks much better with the full beard, little suit or whatever. I was like, who's this man?
I told y'all beards.
I would date him. Okay, he looks really, really good. Now, we did not even see either of them until like 30 minutes before it ended. Like, the whole, I'm like, where they at? They gone? They bored or whatever?
I forgot
Jacob, it was weird to see them not come on to the end. But Jacob meets with Pastor Cal, and there was much of the same conversation as far as, that he is physically attracted to his wife, but he doesn't feel like she wants him at all. That he wants he wants to know what's the one thing that she wants from a husband, so that they can get some kind of intimacy. I'm like, she doesn't want you, but I'm gonna leave that be. He brings up how part of him still wants to be with her, despite her not wanting him. I'm tired of that bullshit. Now Haley meets with Dr. Pepper, and she brings up how there's all these great things about him, this and that and that and this, but she still cannot connect to him. I'm like, because you don't want him, let it be. So she brings up how I felt like I couldn't even, he couldn't tell me what he's done for the past 10 years. I'm like, bitch, I can't tell you what I've done the last 10 years. Not out the blue. You can't ask me out the blue 10 years, bitch. That's a lot. A lot of stuff. I want a lot of stuff. So I like how Dr. Pepper brought up how Jacob has made a lot of promises and he's done things for you, but you have not done anything for him. But he has done everything to kind of make you feel as if he is, in this, the ones or whatever. And she starts crying because you cannot question a crying white woman. And I felt as if those were tears because I'm like,
he called it.
Yes, because I'm looking like you can't make it seem as if let me cry because you're saying that he has changed for me and I have not for him. And she, I just have all this pressure, of the process and the pressure of say I don't want to fail. I'm like, bitch, you failed already. Move on, okay?
You gotta F.
On with the bullshit. Bogus bullshit. And when her and Jacob talk later, and she mentions the 10 years of it. For the past 10 years, my friends have been getting married, having kids. So I have been by myself a lot. So again, I didn't start trying to find a wife until about 33 years old or whatever. So that's what I've been doing the past 10 years. And then when he asked her about needing her own space and time and whatnot, she brings up how in her last relationship that he was controlling. Very, very controlling. So now she feels as if she does not want to do something, she won't do it. And I like how he said, well, don't you think that's kind of ruining shit now, though? Because it's not working for us. Like, what do you want to do? And they said the same thing every week. Every week, what are we going to do? We're going to try to make this work.
Reverse.
Again. Reset.
Everybody clap your hands.
Right.
I
started to take notes on Jacob and Haley, but I was like, something tells me they're gonna reset. And I waited till the very end. My
every episode
reset.
It I makes don't know. Mad. You know what it is? Jacob is a glutton for punishment. That's the type of guy he is, I think. You like all this terrible treatment and shit from this old like mediocre ass Karen bitch, because that's what she is. She's mediocre. She's a Karen. And the fact that she does, I think with most people, if you like somebody even a little bit and they don't like you at all, it makes you want to vie for their affections, even if you wouldn't have wanted it prior. But I just kind of feel like, for one, Haley in an abusive relationship thing, I get. I said in my video, like, growing up, I always felt like I had to like walk on eggshells around people. So as an adult, I am not doing anything like to put myself out for other people in the way that I did as a kid, walking on eggshells and all of that type of shit. Fuck you. That's why y'all get the person that y'all get today, because I feel like my whole life it was always, make sure you're doing this because this person, don't say this around this person, and just, constantly having to move around adults when you a fucking kid. So like as an adult, I don't do that. So I do get where Haley is coming from. But at the same time, like Jacob said, it will ruin a relationship if you feel like you don't have to give just because you don't want to. And I'm tired of her. I like him, but I feel like I'm about to get tired of him because you starting to give me Paige vibes. Why do you still want to try and be with her? Or make it work when she didn't already played you like a soybean burger, bitch? Why?
Haley is, like I said, bogus. She's trash. I felt like the tears that she was crying was a deflection, but also I felt like she tried to say that she was having pressure from her family and stuff, but I feel like the pressure you have is from the image of what you thought your marriage and your relationship should have been. I think that she thought she was going to marry a completely different person with a certain type of physique, a certain type of style and everything. And that was not what happened. So I just feel like she was just making herself cry as a deflection. And I just wanted her to just be honest and just say that she wasn't attractive. Now, I will say this, jumping forward slightly. I may not like what the fuck Mr. Chris said or how he does things, but I appreciate the honesty in the moment over the BS Haley has been giving to us all these weeks.
I completely agree. You got anything, Niecy? Oh, try to say.
Reset.
Reset. Period. It was just trash. I just don't.
Yeah,
It hurts my nerves.
I ain't got nothing.
Okay, let's move on to I'm not happy today, Vincent. And Bossy because he was not happy today at all with what was going on between them two. Now we see them discussing finances. I think it's smart for couples to always discuss the money. Now he kind of cheat and she not, and they're putting all this stuff together. She brings up how she spends $250 on her hair. She spends this on all this. She's bringing up the amount that she spends on different stuff, even clothes or whatnot. And as she's talking, he's looking more and more like she spent too much money. What are we doing? I don't want to do this or whatever. And when they put everything together, it comes up to around $9,100 a month. But to me, that's not a bad amount for two people for a monthly expenses. And once again, it's two people. But again, I just want to have money saved. I want to save money and not spend so much money. I want to stay home, not do this or that. And she I want to feel like, we're still dating. I want to experience, being courted by you. And he was like, whatever. So when he meets with Pastor Cal, and he asks if there are things that are not going great with them, he brings up, Vincent does, our communication, because she's very assertive and she likes things done a certain way, that she's narrow-minded about how things are done at the house. And he also brings up how his attention span is very, very short. So he's also trying to work on that. Now, he also brings up how she gets up very early in the morning and she wants him to wake up too. And I'm like, well, that's some bullshit. I am not a morning person at all. Do not wake me up early, especially if I've been working late at night. Let me get my hours in based on my work hours. And I feel as if she may not get that because she likes to be up early. But, he brings up how he doesn't feel like it's wrong for him to want to get more sleep if he's tired, because that's his life or whatnot. He feels like she thinks if he sleeps in that he's being lazy, but he's really just trying to get some rest. And Pastor Cal, it's you can't please her by doing everything she wants you to do. That's not going to please her. You have to please her by being the best you and talking to her about, how you feel or whatever. So Vincent also brings up how he's thinking past the 8 weeks. He wants to stay with her, even though they have a little bit, of issues or whatnot. He's like, I want family, I want 4 kids, and this and that and that and this. Now, when Brianna talks to Dr. Pepper, she also brings up their challenge is communication. So at least they both know they issue. They both have the exact same issue, even if what they talked about was different. She brings up how she speaks up more than he does. And when something bothers her, she speaks up. He does not. He kind of holds it all in, as we have seen in the past. She also brings up how the one question she has for him, which I thought was a dumbass question, was, she said, I wonder why I wonder why financial stability is so important. I'm like, how do you wonder why he wants to be stable money-wise? I'm like, who has that question for anybody? And then she brings up how he wants to budget for this and that, but she wants to not. She wants to spend what she wants to spend when she wants to spend it or whatever. And I'm like, clearly he hasn't had money, so he's not trying to go broke. And I feel as if she doesn't mind spending money because she makes money. But again, I'm like, whatever. She also brings up how he wants kids more than she does. And because she has high blood pressure, she has to fear a kid because, again, that can make her have other health issues. And she's like, I told him that, but I don't know how he feels. And Dr. Pepper said, I think you should have a conversation with him because he may not be fully aware of what that means as far as you being scared and whatnot. And I'm like, well, fine. They then talk, and then she brings up how, we see money differently. And, I don't want to save how you want to save. And when I say he looked like he wanted to murder her, it scared me. Because I'm looking like he looks very angry at her not wanting to compromise on, one, how they spend money. But not only that, when he brought up how I don't want you to wake me up just because you up. And when she then said, well, how about you go to bed earlier to wake up earlier versus her just saying, you know what, I won't wake you up when I get up. I did not like her not budging on that because, again, he don't have to be woke at 5 a.m. He can get up at 10 a.m. If he works later in the day, I don't see issue with that. But I felt like she did not want to compromise, but also he didn't either. So it's like, who you get mad at more? The one who looks like he may murder her, or the one who was like, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. I feel as if their compromising is not going to work. Because even when she brings up how, what if I can't have kids? I'm scared to get pregnant. He then said, well, the longer you wait, the harder it can be. I'm looking like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So for them, I felt as if this is the first time I saw they have major issues on working through stuff neither of them want to budge on, and that can be their major downfall. What do y'all think?
I think that whenever Brianna asked the question, why is Vincent so worried about finances? I thought you said it was a dumb question. I see why you thought it was a dumb question, but I also think it's a good question because it goes back to why he's being so hesitant about finances. This whole time since the beginning, he's been saying he needs somebody to hold him down, he need a ride or die, and he didn't necessarily have a plan for his career. All we know is that he's an entrepreneur, he sells cars, and that's what he's banking on. And if that don't work out, he might do real estate. So I think that might be the reason why his last relationship didn't work out. Maybe he's not financially stable, and that's something that Brianna is thinking, but not necessarily picking up on. And another thing is Brianna makes money, but it's like Vincent can't commit to doing all this wine and dining if it's not coming out of his pocket. So that's probably another reason why he doesn't want to agree to it, because you're going to be the one paying for all that. So what he's saying is, if you want me to contribute, you need to lower your expenses a little bit.
Just like when fuck, I'm mad that I lost it just that quick. Go ahead, Jamie, because I lost it. Damn.
It be like that. I know. I don't really have much to add. I feel like Niecy said everything. I thought it was hilarious, to be honest, and maybe it should not have been, to watch him cringe behind the back of her head. In her face, he's one way, but when she turns around as they're doing the financials, he's staring her down. And I'm kind of like, how you gonna feel a way about her finances when she got bread like that? She's an engineer. She's definitely going to make that coin. So if you have an issue with that, sir, Mr. I want to be an entrepreneur, why don't you step up and rise to her occasion? Some part of me is kind of like, why she got to dim her light and the things that she wants to do because you ain't got the money? No, you figure it out so that you can get the money. That's kind of how I was feeling, but I also understood him too, as far as wanting to save. Yeah, she could do better with her saving habits, but are you about to pay for her hair, sir?
Right.
What are you going to be contributing to this? So if she makes this money and she's able to maintain and keep herself up, why should that be a problem? Especially if she says, oh, it's okay. This money, my maintenance, my monthly maintenance will come out of my account. You don't have to worry about me tapping into our savings or your check for that. This is just the things that I need you to do, or what we're going to split the bills on, or whatever. But I'm just like, I don't want her light or anything to be dimmed because she got bread and he feeling away because he ain't got it. Go figure out a way to get it.
I also wonder. Go ahead, Lonnie.
I was just about to say, I think he a broke nigga, to be honest.
Period.
And I think that's another reason why there's a controlling factor. There are a lot of things where it's all great and good to have this woman who you can have hold you down until she's telling you what to do. And then all of a sudden, I'm a man and I don't want nobody telling me to do what then don't require that from me in other areas of your life. Like you want to be trifling and you don't want to clean up behind yourself, but then you want to get mad that I'm cleaning up behind you and telling you need. No, we're not going to have a bathroom that's completely repugnant and nasty just so you don't have to clean up. But I do feel like Jaylee about the sleeping thing. Bitch, if I don't want to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm not getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Go do what you got to do. I'll get up when I'm ready to get up, because ultimately, what you have to do with your day is not the same as what I have to do with my day. We don't do the same job. So I don't need to be productive on your level, but I also understand not wanting to be with a bummy man, feeling like he's just going to lay in the bed all day while I'm around here doing all this shit. And he's just going to be in the bed, sleep all day. So I do understand where both of them are coming from, but I think it all stems from her preparing herself for being the breadwinner and carrying all the weight, and him asking her to lower her standards so that he doesn't feel bad about his lack thereof.
And and feeling intimidated. Like, that's the other thing for me. It just makes me wonder, how was the relationship in the past? But I really have to say this. You ain't even got the bread as we look at these finances, but you got the audacity to talk to me about a child. Yeah, no, you have me.
See, when they show the spreadsheet, do y'all think this? Because I look at the spreadsheet. Did the spreadsheet show that income? I felt like one said like 100-some thousand, the other one had like 89,000. I do wonder if they were. This is the thing for me. I feel as if when you discuss finances, it has to be more than what you spend per month. It should be joint accounts or no, split bills or no. Like I think there's more to it than how much I spend on clothes, food, entertainment, and hair. I feel as if like the fact that he said I have a cheap car. No, she said, well, I don't. I feel as if they are on two different money spectrums. Yeah. And when you date someone, I feel as if they both have to make leeway for each other. She can't expect him to go to the extreme of, okay, spend whatever because you make it. And he can't expect her to go from spending whatever to spending nothing. Neither one of them had a middle ground. So I feel as if they did not really discuss finances. They just did a budget. They put this is how much rent is, lights, gas, car insurance. Okay, that's that. And then hearing her say, well, I spent $400 on the clothes. I'm like, that's not bad to me. I didn't see issue with that.
But Jaylee, you come and you dress cute every day. I thought it was a lot because we haven't seen Brianna like that. Like if you spending that much money a month, and somebody left a comment saying maybe she's not buying fashionable pieces, maybe she's buying high quality pieces. That could be true, but I feel like y'all said, Brianna shouldn't dim her lights, but I also feel like she's not being realistic about what Vincent can contribute. You say you want to be supported, but you're not realizing all this stuff is going to come out of your pocket, and that's why Vincent is being hesitant. I'm sure it's not that he doesn't want to court you. It's that he probably doesn't want to commit to something that he can't provide on. So they need to both be realistic about what they make. Who knows what Vincent told her he made?
That's true. Yeah. I agree. But as far as the pieces, I have to go back to the attire that she purchases. I can't say she doesn't always buy like high fashion, but what I can say is when we first saw her, that closet was stuffed and she had hundreds of shoes in them up. So it is kind of like she could be wasting money on items that she's not even wearing when she could be saving some of that money. So as you explained it, Nisi, that does make sense, but hopefully Vincent is able to relate that better without the stare down.
Cause I was like, he gonna bash her. Like he was, the way he looked, I was like, is he gonna murder her right now? It was scary for me. I'm looking like, okay, it was angry Vincent. Like, what do you mean? That's a lot of money. And I felt like he felt like, you know, I want kids, so why talk to me as if you don't want to have kids because of your hot? Well, I'm like, but nigga, she could die. They're like, I felt like not hear what she could die, bro.
It was well, I guess you need to hurry up and get pregnant then, bitch, if you don't want to die.
Like, die fast, die soon, die right now with my kids. I didn't like that. I thought that was bullshit. But I also felt like he was so aggravated with her not compromising on the shopping or the waking up part. He had already shut down. So her then talk about the kids part at the end, he was already in a place where I don't want to hear shit else because you not even compromising on these two little things. Like the little things of don't expect me to be up at the crack of dawn when you up. Like if you can't say, okay, I can. When I was mad when she would not say, okay, that's fine. I didn't like her saying, well, no, go to bed earlier. Or when she did say, get off your phone and go to bed. I'm looking like, be a grown ass man who just don't want to be up early. And like for me, I don't get up until 11 a.m. because my hours are different. So don't wake me up early. That's dumb. I don't have to get up. So I do feel like he was mad because he was just in a point of she not doing shit. She don't want to compromise on shit. She wants to wake me up. She wants to spend whatever. I think he just kind of got mad, shut down, and didn't even hear her saying, I have a fear because of this medical issue, so it can be hard for me. And I do, but I can see him saying, okay, if you feel that, why do you want to wait? I can see him thinking in his head, she not saying she's scared she may die. He's thinking she's saying, I'm scared to do it because something can happen. Okay, why wait until you're older to do it? Because it can get worse later. But I think he was just so pissed off. He just wasn't thinking about because she didn't really say, I'm scared I could die. Because some people don't know the high blood pressure can kill a person doing childbirth. Yeah. And he a dude who he don't know how to pop the goddamn champagne right. He don't know about your cooch and high blood pressure. You don't. So I'm like, she should have also explained it better to him, but he should have also listened.
I think he's gonna take it better when he goes to a doctor visit with her and hear it from the doctor. And the doctor, you know, like, we want to start this journey, whatever. And that doctor can relate to him the complications that can happen.
It wasn't one of them.
The pregnancy.
I hope they make it, because I was like, he can, girl, him and Eric. Anyway, because they scared me. I don't want to die. On to, you know, I've seen the light page. I changed your name.
I
love pathetic ass
Chris. Jaylee. I thank you for this picture of Chris.
Oh, look. When I tell y'all, Chris pissed me off to the highest point of Pacific T, I was like, you motherfucker. You little goat face motherfucker. He made me so bad. I was like, how dare you come on here acting the whole ass the whole time? He pissed me off. Paige meets with Dr. Pepper. Okay, and I can appreciate Dr. Pepper's honesty and saying Chris is a whole narcissist who is so, you know, one-minded about himself. He did not even see how great you were as a wife or as a person because he's too stuck on self. And, you know, she also brought up how none of them had any idea who Chris was behind the curtain. I know a lot of us, myself included, felt as if, how the fuck did he make it on the show? And I do feel like Chris played a role because he wanted to be on the show. And he knew who he had to be to get on the show. And then he was that person. And then as soon as because he felt like, I can get a great wife. I'm going to get on him later. I'm going to wait because I don't want to get too ahead of myself. But again, she brings up how, you know, they picked them because they was good on paper, blah, blah, blah. But again, the opposite happened. Paige brings up how her issue was that he did not try to work on them even like being compatible. He kind of just gave up as soon as the wedding happened, honeymoon happened, whatever. He never worked the marriage out. And she brought up how it was another person who, there was another person who he kind of never stopped messing with. They kind of broke them up. I'm like, no, Chris didn't like this. Chris and them. Chris not liking her has nothing to do with his ex. And I did not like her saying someone else came in, but he wasn't over dealing with, and that messed up. I'm like, no, he would have found a reason to leave you alone, period. So don't kind of even bring her in this, but that's neither girl, didn't hear nor there. She brings up how he bought the car, and that was kind of crazy, and just how she just can't believe that he did what he did. They just say, you know what, you deserve better, keep your boundaries up. Don't accept bullshit, blah, 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 blah. Paige thinks that she needs to face him on this decision day to find out why he was able to drop her so fast. Because she was a stranger. Anyway, I'm leaving her be. So we see her moving out, packing her clothes, her wigs or whatever. And, you know, she done. Now, when Chris met with Pastor Cal, and he was 45 minutes late, did not come in and say sorry. He just came in and said, all right, yeah, I'm late. It made me mad. And Chris brought up that Paige is not the type of woman he would walk up to in a bar and talk to because of her face. Yes, that's exactly what Chris said. I would not walk up to her because of her face.
He said
I was not attracted to her
Jaylee
because of her what?
He said the face.
Yes, the face. I was not attracted to her because of the face. He then said it's so many beautiful queens in Atlanta of all races or whatever, and y'all picked the one that wasn't pretty. I said, oh, okay. And the whole time he talking, Pastor Cal is looking shocked. And he looked like he wanted to punch Chris in the throat, but he couldn't because again of jail. He also brought up how it was your job to find someone I would be attracted to. Okay. And I was like, Goatface really wants to go here. Okay, fine. So it was dumb. Pastor Cal, like, look, Paige is beautiful, and you have to sometimes let attraction grow, and you never gave him a chance to grow any kind of attraction. This fool said, yes, I did. No, the fuck you did not.
When?
And it was like you left after the honeymoon. And when Pastor Cal brought up, you had been engaged a few times, it did not work out. You then got married, it did not work out. You have to figure out what the issue is with you. Because it's not other people, it's you. Chris said, I did the best I could about marriage. I'm looking like, no, you did not. He brings up how he even told Paige that she could have came with him and Mercedes to buy her the car. And when Pastor Cal asked, well, what would Paige do tagging along with y'all? Chris said, oh, that's on her. That's not on me. That's on her. And I want my kid to have the best. I want him to have this and that. I want to have the whole inheritance for my child. I wanted to go buy a house too. Is what he said. And Pastor Cal just, you keep doing these impulsive moves, you owe Paige at least an apology. He then said, I don't feel like I owe her nothing for this. I say, look, hold on. Look, Chris, well, yeah. Chris is the president and CEO of the Fuck Boy from the Pit of Hell company. Chris is the worst piece of shit this show has ever had on here, simply because he don't like Paige because of how she looks. It's not even because of how she looks. It's the darker skin, the thicker body, the wigs are bad, but fine. But again, the fact that he based it solely on how she looked, because he then said, y'all should have found someone I was attracted to and not Paige. I was like, but you kept making it seem as if it was. Chris can go fuck himself. Like, I could not believe that he still was speaking so negatively about how she looked on national fucking TV, as if anyone thought his girlfriend's ass looks good enough to want to marry. He felt as if, let me come here and they should pick the prettiest light-skinned or exotic-looking woman that can be here, and it might be easier for me to get a cute girl on this show than it will be for me to meet someone on my own in the real world. I hate Chris. That's it. I'm done.
I hate Chris as well. I think he's a terrible person. And I also think that his upper brow area is too heavy. And I think that's a sign that he's an idiot. To get on the show and to say it's her face, like the issue is her and not you, and all of your failed relationships and your narcissism and you being shallow, you being insecure, you being full of shit and not really about the things you speak of, because you're a broke bum who's looking for a girl whose coattails you can ride just as long as she's pretty enough to fit the criteria for the brown paper bag test. I want you to choke on it, Chris. I really do. I want you to put it in your mouth and choke on it in your throat. Paige looked really great in that red jumpsuit. She looked really amazing, but the wig was terrible. And I'm going to admit that Paige could go for some dental work, maybe. But that's as far as it goes. And the fact of the matter is, the reason why it's such bullshit is because you still fucked her several times. Right. So what was wrong with her face when you were fucking her? Mm-hmm. So yeah, Chris,
over and over again,
choke on it, please. That's all.
Chris, for me, whenever he was talking about he said the face, it was just the audacity for me. I couldn't help but laugh my ass off, really, because he said that he did the best that he could do throughout this process. And honestly, I was just thinking to myself, if Chris would have just revealed himself as this asshole at the beginning and said that it was her face, I think he would have a lot more respect than what he has dragged himself out to be at the very end. You keep talking about how, you handle this the best way you can. You're honest. You're this, you're that. But if you would have showed yourself at the beginning, we wouldn't have had to go through all this. And Paige probably would have been able to save face too, because she's also shown her ass by not being able to let you go. So it just was an unfortunate situation for both of them.
Yeah. I hate how he tried to put it off on them as if they didn't find the right person or whatever. But you was out here not only smashing her, but I feel like kind of finessing her emotions by making her feel a bit guilty if she were to leave, like, and then telling her that you wanted her here, so you like manipulated her and you played on her emotions. And you're, first of all, you're not even cute your motherfucking self. That's the problem for me. You act like you just God's gift to all women or something like that, and you definitely not. For you to be sitting up here having your opinion about somebody else's child. Well, America has a lot of opinions about you, and what I'm so glad about is that you took this opportunity to take your dog mud face ass onto this show, so now everybody can see your motherfucking face. And what I hope is that the next relationships that your ass have, based on how you've presented yourself on this show, do not go as far as the stop sign on my motherfucking street. Do you hear what it is that I say?
And Jaylee, if you put that picture back up of Chris really quick, I want to show the people.
Trash.
So you see that extra fold of skin right in between his eyes. I have an English bulldog. That's what you call a nose rope. And this man thinks that he is out of Paige's league. You have a whole nose rope in the middle of your forehead. Goodbye.
He's a fucking, the bad part is, even if he was nice looking, even if he was attractive, you don't have no right to talk about someone because of you feel as if they aren't pretty enough to be your wife when you had to go on a goddamn TV show to get a wife. That's the part that kills me. You on the same show she on. So how do you know that she did not just accept your dog face ass too? Like, he acts as if he's, again, guys, it was like, no, you ain't shit, Chris. Chris is the definition of a fuckboy. Because he thinks he's shit and he's not. And he then sat around and dog Paige, played with her emotions, lied to the producers or whoever, got Mercedes pregnant, then had her thinking he was not banging Paige out. I feel you kept banging Paige the first 8 days of y'all being together. And I'm fully aware that after that, y'all probably still fucking. Every time y'all got together, y'all still fucking. And that's why she stopped answering your calls, because she felt like, let me stop fucking that man because he only calls me when he wants sex. And I'm like, you don't deserve Paige. As dumb as Paige was for the first part of the show, I get why she was, because again, behind the scenes, he was making it seem as if he still wanted her, and she just wanted to feel wanted by her punk ass husband. Had she took what was a one night stand that you could have easily left in the beginning and not kept going, it wouldn't have been as bad. And even though she feels as if I'm his wife and he did not, treat me or stay with me, because I'm like, but y'all not married. Y'all haven't built a bond. Y'all have not been through shit.
Right.
So it's not an actual marriage at all.
Another thing, y'all, is that this draws me back to Haley and Jacob, because I feel like it's in that same way where it's like, were you just like going around having one night stands, and that's why initially you were able to like have sex and enjoy Jacob, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm not attracted to him, or I don't like him, now I'm pulling away? Is it because usually in your relationships you never really, lean into them, you just kind of hit it and quit it? I feel like as a woman, she might not want to honestly say that because it'll make her look like a hoe, but I think that most of her relationships, when she talks about, oh, I get along with everyone so great, yeah, for the 2 days that you know them before you move on to the next one, or before they move on to the next one. So I think the problem is that it may not necessarily even be that Jacob has a micro penis or he's bad in bed or any of that shit. It might just be for the fact that she's not used to actually having to keep a bond going once she's had sex with somebody. And I think it's the same thing for him. How many times are you going to get engaged, money? Is him and Mercedes even still together at this point? Because I think Mercedes played herself, even if she doesn't know it, because all that vacationing and shit, like a couple of weeks ago that they was doing together, bitch, on whose dime? Because he ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of feel like, and didn't the reason why they broke up, it was the one before that made her break up with him because he ain't had no money. Yeah, he's a bum. He's a bum perpetrator.
I think that was the first girl.
Yeah, he's a bum perpetrating like he's not. He's always trying to fake the funk. And when people find out who he really is, you know, the shit breaks apart and he tries to make it seem like it's mutual. No, it's not mutual. They just found out what it was really hitting for. And you were showing representatives the whole time, which is probably why you were so good at fronting on this show, was because that's what you do all the time. And see, I blame people like your parents for shit like this, because to me, this is a testament to your character all the ways around. Somebody dropped the ball.
Mom and Daddy, yeah, we hate Chris. Chris can go away forever. On to Eric. No, not Eric. To Big Booty Ryan.
Oh my God, they
infuriated Clara.
Big Booty Ryan.
It was a 10. It was a 10 out of 10. It's the most amazing relationship. I've never not had dick in my life. Like it. No.
I was like, who do you think she's talking to? She really, the fact that they both lied. I feel as if they didn't know what you say is perfect. I'm the same and leave it that. They both lie as if, I'm like, y'all do know we see all the footage of y'all being awkwardly uncomfortable around each other, like for no reason. And you complain about you don't get no dick. I was like, well, y'all think y'all fooling? I was so pissed at Paige. Not Paige. Clara,
as well
making this same thing for her, making it seem as if like nothing's wrong. And because Ryan met with Dr. Pepper, he like, she's perfect, she's a perfect wife. You know, y'all could not have picked anyone better. I'm looking like, but you won't fuck her. So how is she the best wife if you can't even really commit to her cooch? It makes me mad. He said we just so connected. You know, we're just so connected. We are, you know, I can't think of any challenges that we have. We communicate great. I'm like, but you not banging your wife out. Dr. Pepper said, okay, so are y'all still not having sex? And how is Claire feel about that? He said, you know what? I don't know. I probably should ask her. If y'all communicate so well, how has that not been a topic of conversation? I'm like, whatever. So when Claire talks to Pastor Cal, he's 10 under 10. Great. This is the best relationship I have ever been in. But you are not getting banged out by your husband, and you complain about it consistently to the cameras and the other wives. So I'm like, whatever. So again, she acts like it's perfect. When he asked, are there any issues going on between y'all? Well, he hasn't said he loved me. So I'm not going to tell him that I love him. And I'm like, that's your only issue? And how you love somebody who won't fuck you? How does that happen? I don't get it. And, you know, he's like, well, you need to ask him, like, where are y'all, you know, in this whole love, sex thing, whatever, blah, 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 blah. She do it, but they are not having sex at all yet. I'm looking like, but you not saying, it's not that y'all not having sex. You getting him off every night is not the same as we not having sex. Stop lying.
Them continuing to glaze over that is infuriating to me, because the fact that was not brought up in conversation with the doctors pissed me the fuck off. Like, why are you not admitting that you're getting him off every night and he's acting like y'all are not having any type of intercourse? Like, and then they both get up there with that bullshit, y'all. They made me more mad than any other couple.
But every season is a couple that act. Every season is a couple who act as if it's great, and they always kind of get called out either at the reunion or later on in the season. That's gonna be Ryan and Clara.
Yeah, Clara came out better just being open and honest, but I kind of see why she probably didn't say nothing, because remember when he told her to not speak about their sexcapades or whatever, but when he sat with the guys, he tried to make it seem like that's what she wanted. So she's not even getting anything out of this relationship. And I was so glad that the pastor or whoever like clocked the hell. I think she was sitting with the she was sitting with the pastor, right? Yeah, whoever she was sitting with, like they pretty much just clocked her for her lies. Sitting up here talking about it's a 10 out of 10 and you completely happy, but like, you just venting to the girls the other day.
You know what I didn't like? I felt like Pastor Cal was lightweight trying to encourage her to tell this man that she loved him. When Clara, there is no ounce of love between you and Ryan. You are desperate for the D, desperate for any relationship. So anytime you feel like you have to work for it, which means get the man off every single day for a month and a half, that's what you're going to do. And that's really sad. And I really wish that Pastor Cal would have peeped that, because there's no reason for you to love this man. We don't see any chemistry from y'all besides y'all sitting on top of each other on the couches. Y'all sitting on top of each other and that's it. The only thing Ryan has to say is sure, or, you know, whatever bland ass answer. Y'all don't have any deep discussion.
But even when they went and talked together, whatever, and she asked him about, okay, so like, where are we on the whole sex thing? And she then said, I know you, and I know if I talk about it, it pushes it further. I'm like, how does talking about it pushes it further? I'm like, how the fuck does that happen?
And he looked at her
and makes me feel like she don't care.
Yeah, he was like, yeah. And then he was like, oh, but I don't want you to think that it's never going to happen. And I'm just kind of like, well, why can't you answer when it's going to happen? Just admit you don't want to fuck her. That's why I don't play games like that. I pull up on a nigga like, put your dick out. Let me see what it's hitting for. Like,
immediately.
Games. If you ain't gonna pull it out at least so I can see it, bitch, then we can't talk because I don't trust you. You trying to hide something.
And I hate that she's hanging in there, to be honest, just to say that she got somebody. That's the sad part.
That's what it is.
Just to say, I have a husband now, I'm married now, but you ain't getting nothing out of this. It's not serving you in nothing.
In any type of way.
Because if he get away with not giving you sex and keeping it on the level of what he wants to provide to you, what else he gonna do? What else he gonna keep from you?
He's controlling. And he wants to seem so nice, but it's like, no, he's really psychotic because you are letting her pleasure you, but you won't pleasure her. You letting her know, I'm not gonna fuck you until I'm ready. I'm not gonna tell you I love you until I'm ready. But
everything is on his terms.
Yeah, right. But you need to be there for me and do for me. I'm like, how is that even possible?
I don't respect shit. Pull that dick out. I don't respect you. I'm sorry.
Frustration built up towards not being dick deprived, right? So now that she knows there's something that he's not gonna bend on, now she gonna put all her effort into this love word. It's like you are so needy for something, and it's sad to watch. You are literally Paige. You were fighting for Paige not to be you earlier in the season.
It's just that Ryan knows how to contain his bullshit better than Chris, and he does that by saying sure over and over again.
But it's easy for him to contain that when you have a desperate woman on your side like her that's okay with just getting you off and giving you whatever it is you want in the relationship, and she not get anything aside from the fact of saying, I have a man.
It's just sad because I just don't. I'm on mute. I can't think of it. I was trying to add a picture and I couldn't see anything. But it's sad because I feel as if she knows it's not a good marriage, but she still just won't either admit to it or just leave him. I'm like, I don't get why she wants to put up this front that he's a good guy, because you complain about him on, like, it's on camera, you complaining, but you won't admit to it, as if not admitting to it will fix it. It hasn't. This is the Ryan. When I saw him like this,
where's Waldo?
I was like, okay, he crazy.
That's who he really is. He's hiding.
That's Ryan.
Smashing.
That's who he is. Because I was like, it's just awkward. And I was like, I don't like anybody who wears a shirt that has the names of black people who was killed, but you cover it up. I'm looking like, so you're not really black? Why cover it up? I don't like it. I don't like it
this way.
I just Colonel
Sanders.
Why is there a yellow hat? What's the yellow hat do? What is that supposed to mean?
I was like, what is this? I don't like it. He gets on my goddamn nerves.
I don't trust him.
I want to punch him in the throat. I don't trust him at all.
There are bitches in the basement
with the mustache.
Too much.
He's awkward. So the last couple, I think it's gonna come out too. The last couple, girl, is Drunken Virginia and Killer Eric, who was gonna murder someone someday. So we see this one day soon.
Is that a murderer face?
No lips for me. It's the single line across his mouth.
Right, no lips, the glasses, and then Virginia had on her her innocent white woman glasses today when she went and talked to the counselor. I thought that was hilarious.
I was gonna use that photo, but I felt like no, I need her to be this weird drunk girl first, and not this innocent victim. Yeah,
it's fine.
He gonna kill her one day.
I saw what they was doing. I saw what everybody was doing.
They tried it.
Putting their best little fake foot forward.
So we see that her sister, who was the gay sister with the 2 kids, came to visit or whatever, and the fact that the sister asked, "Is it safe for me to have him with my kids?" I was like, see, the sister realized he not safe, because that was the first question she asked when he left with them kids. Virginia admits how, they have different political views, how, he's kind of controlling or whatever. And it's just like, what, either y'all click or y'all don't. Like, it's that simple. Either you click or you do not, but it should not be all this bullshit. So when Virginia goes to talk to Pastor Cal, and she brings up how the big issue is kids, because, you know, he feel like if she don't want to have kids, they done. And she like, I have a fear of being a mom, of being pregnant, this and that next. I'm like, first, her parents clearly fucked her up. And so for that reason, she feels as if I may not be a good mom. So I don't want kids, I don't think, and whatnot, okay? And when Pastor Cal said, well, you know, the fact that you're aware of that you don't want to do what your parents did, it means you should be a good parent. I'm like, no. A lot of people don't want to do wrong and still do it. Like, that's how bad parenting is a whole is a generational curse, because you follow the same bullshit that you've learned from people before. And I feel as if she not even making good decisions as a single woman married to a killer. So how could I expect her to make good decisions as a married woman to a killer with kids? I'm like, I don't want her to raise drunken babies. It don't sit well with me. So they also bring up how Eric, you know, she needs to be honest with Eric about what their marriage is in her mind, and they have to both admit what they see their marriage to be, because they both have two different ideas, but they always have it was what it was. And when Eric talks to Dr. Pepper and they discuss how they've been fighting and whatever, and Eric brings up how we keep fighting about her dog, and, you know, her dog is my dog too, you know, it's not just her dog or whatever, and, you know, I have to be a part of the dog's life. And I do like the part when she asked him, why do you have to be the dog's dad? Like, if she came in with a child from another marriage or whatever, would you want to try to be the dad up front? You know, you have to work up to being the dad. And he's, oh, okay. So when she did it that way, he got it. I do feel like if I'm dating someone, I don't want to call their dog my dog, because I feel as if we break up, I can't claim that dog. I can't do that. And I don't like him making it seem as if because they've been married for a month, what she has now, he is officially. I was like, no. So they then get on her drinking. And
made me so mad.
He said, well, for one, I think she's too independent for me, even though I asked for an independent person, whatever. And, you know, she wants to hang out with her friends on the weekends. If I go or not, you know what I'm saying, it's hard to break her of that. Okay, fine. And I didn't mind Dr. Pepper suggesting to, you know, ask her if 1 weekend a month can be for y'all. I didn't mind that. They then go into how she drinks too much, because having more than a few glasses of wine is not okay. And that them fighting is because there's too much liquor involved, and that he should talk to her about not drinking so much. And I was like, how the fuck do you tell someone to talk to somebody about how much they drink? She's grown. I don't like that. It pissed me off that Dr. Pepper pushed the issue of she drink too much. You should talk to her about not drinking too much. Because I'm like, bitch, you old white bitch. You made me mad. And I was upset with you.
And when has Virginia's drinking been the issue in this relationship? Let's be real. This entire time, it ain't been nothing about her drinking. Ever since they got back from the honeymoon, we don't even know when the last time we seen the bitch actually get drunk.
But even when she would drink, I feel as if we see more of Eric looking drunk and talking looking drunk than we see Virginia being
what there was
drunk
like 2
and out of hand
ago, where it was like he was all fucked up and she was obviously holding her liquor way better than him, because if they was both out drinking, she seemed fine and he was the one that, you know, can't really handle his liquor. And I felt like during that episode that he tries to blame her, but he has a drinking problem himself. And I just think that he tried to make it seem like, oh, she's making me drink a lot. No, you already probably was drinking a lot when you're home and when you're not flying. Another thing about that situation that I did not like was, why are we not dealing with the controlling factor? Why are we not
dealing with controlling
at all? It's like they never even brought it up one time.
That's exactly. And the thing is, Eric called on himself when he said she's almost too independent. And I'm like, why is Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal not picking up on any of this?
Because they old. Because they both old.
Yes, I think it's very easy to see Virginia as the issue. Way earlier on, I was like, okay, she's doing too much. Okay, you're a wife. But then after a while, it's like, okay, she's an independent woman. She can do whatever she wants to do. Eric wants to keep her in a box. And I'm like, nobody else is peeping that women can be independent and in relationships in the new age. I'm like, why are y'all just...
Yeah, I was wondering that, like, why are y'all not talking about, and I did kind of like miss some of it, about the issue of her leaving this nigga at the damn bar the last time. Why?
It's like they was avoiding the issues
of her saying she's just ready to go and pack up her shit. Like, why are we not talking about that?
Honestly, that's where the psycho killer thing comes into play, because I feel like every time she lets it slip out how she really feel behind the scenes, something is happening that the next time they're on camera, everybody's acting like everything is perfect again. Oh, we have an amazing time. And it just makes me feel like even if you're not hemming a woman up, there's a way, just like with Ryan, where, you know, if you keep saying something about y'all not having sex, you're getting further away from it. So he's already controlling you. The same thing with Vincent. Oh, we don't want Vincent to pop off. So you're already making Brianna nervous and tiptoe around you. So I think it's the same thing with Eric. I think him constantly throwing it out there that he'll just be done. He'll just be done with the abandonment issues that Virginia has. Is something that constantly keeps her in fear. And I do think that that physical chemistry that they have is probably something that is keeping her there, because she likes the sex, because she likes the physicality of it. And people who are controlling and crazy, their need for you in sex makes you feel, I don't know, it's something, I've been in relationships like that before, where their need for me almost was like a drug. Like the way they felt like they needed to have me in the moment or whatever. That was almost like a drug, to where I would ignore all of the bad things in a relationship, because when we were in the moment, it was so fucking everything and passionate and all of that, that you ignore all of the things outside of that. And I think that's the same thing that she does. She ignores all of the red flags that come up about him. And I wish she would stop before she ends up in a freezer.
Dead bodies. And even when they discussed her getting pregnant, and then, you know, her thing was, well, I have a fear, like, what if I can't have kids? He said, you know, well, if you can't physically have them, I won't leave you. But if she just doesn't want to have them, I will. I feel as if it's how he words stuff that makes me mad. And even when they got on, you know, her partying or whatever, and he brought up, like, you know, okay, well, once a month, can we pick a weekend? She said, sure. I don't mind planning a weekend, you know, with you, but I plan stuff in advance. And he felt like, well, if you've had plenty of friends, but I want to do something, you should cancel your plans and be with me. I felt like, but if she's telling you I plan stuff so that I can plan whatever, I can plan with you too. You can't want me to always cancel shit for you. Even though I do feel like as a husband, you do at times do that, but that should not be you shouldn't make her do it just to make her do it.
Yes.
If his thing was,
prove to me that I matter more than your friends. Yes. Prove to me that I matter more than your friends. And it's like, the truth of the matter is, even though you're her husband, she does not know you. So at this point, you're not more important than her friends. You're a dude that she married, but the truth of the matter is, it's as if y'all were dating, because she doesn't really know you like that. The attachment is not really there. And either way, I believe this girl does not want to be in a relationship with somebody that is trying to fit her into a box to suit their ego. And that's what he's doing, and she knows that. So deep down, she's constantly like fighting against wanting to be with him. I think so. And with Eric, I kind of feel like he's so desperate to not be alone that when they put him with a bouncing, beautiful young girl, he thought that he was going to be able to mind fuck her. So he's been trying to control her this entire time, because it's almost like on What's Love Got to Do with It. Oh, you're going to everybody keep leaving me. So when I get somebody, I'm going to lock their ass down so they can't leave. So I think that's what he's trying to do to her, and it's not working. And that's what he's so upset about. That's what makes it so hard for him. Because remember at the beginning, oh, I don't have a problem. I don't have an issue. I don't have a problem. She's the one with the problem. Oh, but now everybody got a problem, huh? Like, yeah, I don't like him, and I don't like him for her. And when Niecy said in her review that she felt like they was going to be together at the end, I was like, oh, God, no. I was like,
I think they will be. I think they're gonna make it past the decision day, and then like at the reunion they may break up, because it's different with no cameras. So with the cameras, you know, it's one thing. But I think when they come back for reunion, it's with no cameras, that's gonna be a true test of, well, was he crazy to kill you? Like, let's hope she make it to the reunion. He's crazy.
We would have heard about that.
Check on her.
Let us pray.
That's all we have, y'all. Of the foolishness. So
it was a lot.
It was. You know, we covered what 5 shows, about 4 or 5 gospel tabs. Look, it's a show.
We had a good time tonight, beat.
Good, and we all wasn't even drunk. Bonnie was a little bit, but can you imagine if we was all drinking?
Child, I sobered up. I sobered up on these hoes because I was real fucked up at the beginning.
So we pushed back to give Bonnie time to come home because, you know, she was living life, and we don't want to start without each other. So
right.
You know,
I appreciate y'all, you know, waiting for me. You know, I appreciate that.
We are a team.
No
problem. We're a whole team. Now next week, I believe it's on Jamie's show next week.
Yes.
So James, so make sure. Okay, no, wait. There you go. So next week, Jamie That's Me channel. Okay, again, every Thursday. Okay, come hook a crook. Okay, rain, sleet, snow. As long as we got power and shows to talk about, we will be here.
And Wi-Fi.
Okay?
Yeah,
and Wi-Fi because we need that. So thank y'all for tuning in. We had a great time. Do not forget to subscribe to each person's channel. Give y'all handles one more. Well, our handles is, look. You see the where is it?
Simple.
Boom.
At Bondy Blue on everything. TikTok.
You see it? Boom. That's our stuff right there. Right there. See y'all next week.
Bye.